This is 104.7 FM. My name is Daniel Rothman, and if you're hearing this, then your radio still works, which means you're probably still in a safe zone. Or maybe you're just lucky, I don't know anymore. It's 6:47 in the morning, Thursday, June. The sun came up about 20 minutes ago, and from where I'm sitting on the 4th floor of the WKRP building downtown, I can see smoke rising from at least 7 different points across the city. Maybe more? It's hard to tell with the haze. I'm going to stay on the air as long as I can. That's the plan. Emily, my assistant, she's still here with me. She's been monitoring the phones, the emergency channels, trying to piece together what's actually happening. Most of the television stations went dark sometime after 3 this morning. Channel 7 kept looping the same emergency broadcast for maybe 40 minutes, then just static. Channel 11 never came back on after midnight. So if you're listening, if you still have battery power or a hand crank radio or you're in your car, stay with me. I'll tell you everything I know. Let me back up. Let me tell you how this started, or at least how it started for me, because I think that matters. I think context matters when everything else is falling apart. 3 days ago, Monday morning, there was a story that barely made the news. A chemical plant on the east side, Meridian Industrial Solutions, they'd been fined by the EPA. Not a big fine, $40,000. The kind of number that gets buried on page 8 of the Metro section. They'd been dumping waste into the sewer system. Illegal dumping. The kind of thing that happens more than we like to admit, you know? Companies cut corners, they pay the fine, everyone moves on. Nobody thinks twice about it. But Emily showed me the report. She has this way of finding things, connections that other people miss. She printed it out, put it on my desk Monday afternoon. The dumping had been going on for at least 6 months, maybe longer. The waste was chemical byproduct from their manufacturing process. I'm not a scientist, I can't tell you exactly what was in it. The report used words like trichloroethylene, benzene compounds, industrial solvents, heavy metals. The kind of poison that doesn't break down, that seeps into everything. The city's sewer system is old. Parts of it date back to the 1890s. It's a labyrinth down there. Miles and miles of tunnels, pipes, maintenance corridors, and it's always been damp, always been dark. Perfect conditions for things to grow. Mold, fungus, bacteria. The city sends workers down there regularly for maintenance, repairs, inspections. It's not glamorous work. Most people never think about what's under their feet. Monday afternoon there was a call to the city's public works department. A maintenance crew had been working near the old industrial district down in a junction tunnel about 40 feet below street level. 3 workers, they'd been down there for maybe 2 hours when one of them, a guy named Marcus Webb, started complaining about the smell. Not the usual sewer smell, apparently. Something different, sweet. Rotten fruit mixed with something chemical, like someone had poured perfume over a dead animal. That's how he described it to his supervisor. Then Marcus said he was seeing things, shadows moving at the edge of his flashlight beam, shapes that looked like people but weren't. His co-workers thought he was joking at first. You know how it is, dark spaces, long shifts, guys mess with each other. But Marcus wasn't laughing. He started coughing, deep, wet coughing that wouldn't stop, and when he pulled his hand away from his mouth, his palm was covered in something black. Not blood, something else. Thick, oily. They brought him up, got him to street level, called an ambulance. By the time the paramedics arrived, Marcus had a rash spreading across his neck and arms, red welts that looked almost like a burn pattern. He was still coughing, still seeing things that weren't there. They took him to Mercy General Hospital. The other 2 workers, they went home, said they felt fine, maybe a little lightheaded, but fine. That was Monday. Tuesday, 2 more maintenance workers called in sick. Different crew, different part of the sewer system, same symptoms. Hallucinations, coughing, rashes. The city pulled all the crews out of the tunnels as a precaution. They sent someone from the health department to Mercy General to check on Marcus Webb. But by Tuesday evening, Marcus wasn't at Mercy General anymore. He'd been transferred to University Hospital to their isolation ward. Emily found that out through a contact she has in the hospital administration. They wouldn't say why he'd been transferred, just that it was a precaution. Tuesday night, I was here late working on a piece about the city budget, boring stuff, numbers and projections. Emily had already gone home. Around 11, I got a call on my cell, not the station line. My personal phone. It was a friend of mine, a guy named Carl Rivera. Carl works as a paramedic. We went to college together, stayed in touch over the years. He sounded rattled. He told me something had happened during his shift. They'd gotten a call to pick up Marcus Webb from Mercy General to transfer him to university. Standard transport, or so they thought. Carl said Marcus had been sedated, restrained to the gurney, protocol for patients experiencing severe psychological distress. But during the drive, maybe 10 minutes from University Hospital, Marcus woke up. Just woke up. Snapped awake like someone had hit him with electricity, and he started thrashing. Not normal thrashing. Carl said it was like watching someone have a seizure, except Marcus's eyes were open, fully open, and he was making sounds. Not words, just sounds. Guttural. Animal. The restraints held, but barely. Carl's partner had to pull over. They called for police backup. By the time they got Marcus into the hospital, he'd gone quiet again. Still, but his eyes were still open. Carl said he'd never seen anything like it in 12 years on the job. He asked me if I'd heard anything about what was going on. I told him I hadn't, but I was lying. I'd already started to wonder. Wednesday morning, I came in early. Emily was already here, sitting at her desk with her laptop open and about 6 empty coffee cups scattered around. She'd been up all night. She showed me what she'd found. 7 more people had been admitted to hospitals across the city between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, all with similar symptoms: hallucinations, respiratory distress, skin lesions, and all of them, every single one, lived or worked within a 3-block radius of major sewer access point, manholes, storm drains, the old maintenance shafts near the industrial district. The health department issued a statement Wednesday afternoon, brief, vague. They said they were investigating a possible environmental contamination event. They advised people to avoid areas near sewer vents and to report any unusual odors to the city's emergency hotline. They didn't say anything about the patients. They didn't say anything about what Marcus Webb had done in that ambulance. Wednesday evening, the temperature hit 94 degrees, the hottest day of the year so far, the kind of heat that makes the whole city smell like garbage and exhaust, the kind of heat that drives people outside to parks, to rooftops, anywhere they can catch a breeze. And that heat, it does something to the sewer system, makes everything expand, makes pressure build, forces air up through the vents, through the manhole. That's when people started calling the station. Not a lot at first, maybe a dozen calls between 6 and 8 p.m. People saying they smelled something strange, sweet, chemical, rotten. People saying they felt dizzy, nauseous. One woman called and said her son had come home from playing basketball at the park on 5th and Maple. He'd been standing near a manhole cover waiting for his friends, and now he was in bed with a fever, talking about shadows in his room that moved when he wasn't looking. Emily took most of those calls. She logged them, noted the locations, and she showed me something I didn't want to see. A pattern. All the calls, all the locations, they formed a rough circle around the old industrial district. The same area where the chemical plant had been dumping, the same area where the maintenance workers had gotten sick. I called the health department, got transferred 4 times, finally reached someone in public relations who read me a statement that said nothing. They were investigating. They were taking all necessary precautions. They would release more information as it became available. I asked about the hospital admissions. She said she couldn't comment on patient information. I asked about the chemical dumping, about Meridian Industrial Solutions. She said that was a separate matter being handled by the EPA. I asked if there was a connection. She hung up. By 10 p.m. Wednesday, we'd gotten 40 more calls. People were getting scared, and they should have been. Around midnight, Emily's phone lit up. A text from her cousin who works as a nurse at University Hospital. 3 words. It's gotten worse. I'm trying to remember Wednesday night clearly, but it's difficult. My memory feels fractured. I know I didn't sleep. I know Emily and I stayed here in the studio drinking coffee and watching her laptop screen as she scrolled through social media, through emergency scanner feeds, through hospital databases she probably shouldn't have access to. The number of hospital admissions had jumped. By 2 in the morning it was over 100 people. By 4, over 300. The symptoms were escalating. It wasn't just hallucinations and rashes anymore. People were becoming violent. Not all of them, but enough. A man in his 50s attacked a nurse at St. Vincent Hospital, just attacked her, no warning, no provocation. Bit her shoulder, broke her collarbone. Security had to drag him off. A teenage girl at Mercy General broke her own wrist trying to get out of restraints. Snapped the bone like it was nothing, didn't even seem to notice the pain. And the thing that kept coming up in the reports Emily was reading and the messages she was getting from her contacts was the eyes. People kept talking about the eyes. The patients who'd gotten violent, who'd stopped responding to questions, who'd stopped being themselves, their eyes had changed, bloodshot. dilated, and something else. Something people were struggling to describe. Emily read me one message from a doctor at University Hospital. He said the eyes looked hungry. Thursday morning, that's today, started with the emergency broadcast system. That high-pitched tone that makes your spine tighten. Every radio station in the city got it at the same time. 5:15 a.m. A recorded message, the mayor's voice. He said the city was implementing emergency protocols. All residents were advised to stay indoors. Avoid areas near sewer access points. Do not approach anyone displaying signs of illness or erratic behavior. Police and medical personnel were responding to the situation. More information would follow. The message looped 3 times, then stopped. I tried calling the mayor's office, got a busy signal, tried the police department, same thing. The emergency lines were jammed. Emily checked her feeds. Social media was exploding. People were posting videos, shaky phone camera footage of people stumbling through the streets, covered in those rashes making those sounds Carl had described. Guttural, not human. One video posted around 5:45 a.m. showed a woman in a hospital gown walking down the middle of Jefferson Avenue. Just walking, but wrong. Her movements were stiff, jerky, like something was pulling her strings. Cars were stopped all around her, honking. People were yelling at her to get out of the road. She didn't react, just kept walking. And then she turned her head, looked directly at the person filming and ran. Not jogged. Ran. Full sprint toward the camera. The video cut off. At 6:00 a.m. I made a decision. I went live, I turned on the microphone, I opened the broadcast, and I started talking. Because someone needed to. Because the official channels were either silent or lying, and people deserved to know what was happening. Even if I didn't fully understand it myself. So here we are, 104.7 FM, Daniel Rothman, and Emily, still here, still monitoring everything she can. The sun's fully up now. I can see more of the city. The smoke is thicker than it was an hour ago. I can hear sirens. Constant. Overlapping. Police, fire, ambulance. They haven't stopped all morning. Emily just handed me a note. Reports of fires in the warehouse district. Multiple structures burning. Fire department is stretched too thin to respond to everything. She's also seeing posts about looting, people breaking into pharmacies, grocery stores. Not surprising. Fear makes people desperate. I want to be clear about something. I don't know what this is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm a radio host who used to talk about traffic and weather and local politics. But I've been doing this long enough to recognize when something is wrong, when the official story doesn't match reality. And right now there is no official story, just silence punctuated by emergency tones and vague warnings. What I can tell you, what I'm seeing and hearing, is that something in the sewer system, something that grew down there in the dark and the damp, something that fed on the chemicals Meridian Industrial Solutions dumped for 6 months or longer, that something has gotten out, it's in the air, it's spreading, and it's changing people. Emily's been reading about fungal infections, spores. There are fungi that can affect behavior. Cordyceps, for example, it infects insects, takes over their nervous systems, makes them climb to high places before it kills them and sprouts fruiting bodies. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. It's specific to ants, but the principle is there. Fungus infects host, alters behavior, spreads spores. Nature is full of parasites that hijack their host. But this, what we're seeing, it's happening fast, too fast. Cordyceps takes days, weeks. This is taking hours. Marcus Webb went into that sewer Monday afternoon. By Tuesday night, he was in an ambulance thrashing against restraints. The people who went to the emergency room Wednesday morning, some of them were attacking staff by Wednesday night. Whatever this is, it's aggressive and it's spreading through the air. Every time someone opens a manhole cover, every time the heat builds pressure in the tunnels and forces contaminated air up to the surface. Emily just pulled up a map. She's marking the locations of reported incidents. Attacks, unusual behavior, hospital admissions. The pattern is spreading outward from the industrial district. Not uniformly, it follows the sewer lines, the underground network, areas with older infrastructure, more access points. They're getting hit harder, the neighborhoods near the river, where the pipes are oldest and most corroded. The downtown area where there are vents and drains every 50 feet. Those are the hot zone. There are parts of the city that seem okay, the newer developments on the north side, the suburban areas with separate sewer systems. But the wind is blowing south today, and heat rises, and air moves. I don't think anywhere is really safe. I just think some places haven't been reached yet. It's 7:30 now. I should give you practical information, things you can do. If you're listening, if you're still in your home, here's what I can tell you. Stay inside. Seal your windows if you can. Towels under the doors, anything to keep outside air from getting in. If you smell something sweet, chemical, wrong, move away from it. Don't investigate. Don't open windows to air things out. If someone in your household is showing symptoms, hallucinations, fever, skin lesions, keep them isolated. I know that sounds cruel, but from what we're seeing, people who progress to the violent stage, they're not themselves anymore. They don't respond to reason, they just attack. Water. You need water. The city hasn't issued a boil order yet, but I don't trust the tap water. Not if the source is anywhere near the sewer system. Use bottled water if you have it. If you don't, boiling might help. Might not. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Food. Stock what you have. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. The streets are getting dangerous. Not just because of infected people, because of desperation. Because the normal rules are breaking down fast. And if you have a weapon, keep it close. I hate saying that. I hate that we're at a point where I'm telling people to arm themselves. But I saw a video 20 minutes ago, a police officer trying to subdue a man outside a convenience store. The man was in the late stages. The rash had spread across his entire face. He was making those sounds, and he wasn't responding to commands, wasn't responding to pepper spray, wasn't responding to a taser. 3 officers had to physically restrain him. It took all 3. One of them got bitten. I don't know if that matters. If transmission is just airborne or if bodily fluids carry it too, nobody knows. Nobody's had time to study this. Emily's looking at me. She wants to say something. She's telling me the phones are ringing constantly now. We can't answer them all. People want guidance. They want someone to tell them what to do. And I don't know what to tell them beyond what I've already said. Stay inside, stay safe, stay alive. The government has to do something. The mayor's office, the governor, the federal government. This is beyond a local crisis. This is beyond anything the city can handle on its own. We need the National Guard. We need the CDC. We need someone who actually knows what they're dealing with. But Emily's been checking the news from other cities. Nothing. As far as the outside world knows, nothing unusual is happening here. A few mentions on social media, some speculation, but no major news coverage. We're not trending. We're not on the radar. And I think that's intentional. I think someone somewhere has made a decision to contain the information along with the outbreak. Keep it quiet. Keep it local. Don't start a panic. Well, I'm starting a panic because you deserve to know. If you're in this city, you need to know what's happening. You need to know that the system has failed. The plant dumped poison. The city let it happen. The infection spread. And now people are dying. People are changing. And nobody with any authority is telling you the truth. I'm going to stay on the air as long as the power holds, as long as the signal reaches someone. Emily and I, we're going to keep broadcasting. We're going to tell you everything we learn. And maybe if enough people hear this, someone outside the city will notice, someone will help. It's 8:15. The sun is bright now, almost cheerful. The kind of morning where you'd expect to see joggers and people walking dogs and kids riding bikes, but the streets below are empty, or mostly empty. I can see a few cars moving, driving fast, not stopping for lights. I can see someone running. I can't tell if they're running from something or towards something, or if they're just running because that's all they can think to do. The smoke from the warehouse district is getting thicker. Black smoke. That's chemical. Something burning that shouldn't burn. Emily just got a message from her cousin at University Hospital. They're evacuating critical patients, moving them out of the city if they can. The hospital is overwhelmed. They ran out of beds in the ER around 6 this morning. Now they're running out of restraints, running out of sedative. The staff is exhausted. Some have already left, just walked out. Can't blame them. Her cousin said something else. Said the patients in isolation, the ones in advanced stages, they've started making sounds in unison, like they're communicating or synchronizing. She didn't elaborate. I don't think she could. I don't think there are words for what she's describing. I need to talk about Meridian Industrial Solutions, the chemical plant, because they're responsible for this. Their negligence, their greed, their criminal disregard for safety and law, that's what started this. They've been silent, no statements, no apologies. Their facility is locked down. Emily checked their corporate website. It's still up. Still showing their mission statement about innovation and sustainability and community partnership. Lies, all lies. Someone needs to hold them accountable. When this is over, If this is ever over, there needs to be justice. Criminal charges, lawsuits, something. You can't poison a city and walk away. But right now, accountability feels distant. Right now, survival is the only thing that matters. Emily's pulling up more videos. I wish she wouldn't. I wish I could unsee some of what I've already seen. But I need to know. We both need to know what we're dealing with. This video is from about an hour ago. Sunrise, someone filmed from their apartment window overlooking a park. The park is empty except for one figure, a woman. She's standing perfectly still in the middle of the grass, just standing. That person filming zooms in. The woman is covered in the rash. Her clothes are torn. Her hair is matted, and she's staring up at the sky, not blinking, just staring. Then, without warning, she drops to her hands and knees and starts digging into the ground, digging with her bare hands. Fast, frantic, dirt flying everywhere. After about 30 seconds, she stops, stands up, and walks away. The camera pans down to what she was digging. There's a hole, and something in the hole. Something dark, moving. Emily paused the video. She doesn't want to watch more. Neither do I. But I think I understand what that woman was doing. I think she was trying to bury something, or plant something, or expose something that was already there. The fungus, the spores. It's not just in the sewers anymore. It's in the soil, in the parks, in the places people thought were safe. This is going to spread, not just through the air, through contact, through the ground, through water. It's going to reach every part of the city, and then beyond. I need to stop thinking like that. Need to focus on what I can control. This broadcast, this signal, these words. It's 9:00 a.m. now. I've been on the air for 3 hours. Feels like longer. Feels like days. Emily just showed me something. The city's official website has been updated. There's a new page. Emergency protocols that lists evacuation routes. 3 highways leading out of the city: Interstate 40 westbound, Route 12 northbound, Highway 85 southbound. All residents are advised to evacuate in an orderly fashion. Take essential supplies only. Follow instructions from law enforcement. But Emily's also seeing reports on social media that the highways are jammed, gridlocked, people abandoned their cars and started walking, and there are checkpoints, military checkpoints. The National Guard is here, but they're not helping people evacuate. They're stopping people, turning them back. Quarantine. That's what this is. The city is under quarantine. Nobody gets out. I don't know if that's the right decision. Maybe it is. Maybe they're trying to contain this to stop it from spreading to other cities, other states. But it means everyone here is trapped with whatever this is. Trapped with the infected, trapped with the fear. How many people are listening right now? 1,000? 5,000? The city has a population of about 800,000. How many of them still have power? How many have radios? How many are even capable of listening? I don't know. I'll probably never know, but if you're hearing my voice, you're not alone. Remember that? You're not alone. Emily's phone is ringing. She's answering. She's listening. Her expression is changing. She's looking at me. She's mouthing words. University hospital. Total collapse. She's putting the phone on speaker. It's her cousin. I can hear her voice. She sounds wrecked. She says the hospital has been overrun. Patients broke out of isolation. Overwhelmed security. They're in the hallways, in the cafeteria, in the parking garage. Staff is barricading themselves in offices and supply closets. She's in a bathroom on the 3rd floor with 4 other people. She can hear them outside, scratching at the door, making those sounds. She's asking Emily what to do. Emily doesn't know what to say. Neither do I. I tell Emily to tell her to stay quiet, stay hidden, don't open the door, wait for help. But even as I say it, I know how hollow it sounds. What help? From where? The police are stretched beyond capacity. The National Guard is at the perimeter keeping people in, not saving people inside. The hospitals are collapsing. The government is silent. Her cousin is crying now. She says she can smell it. That sweet chemical smell, it's coming through the ventilation system. She says her head hurts. She says she's seeing things at the edge of her vision. Emily is crying too. She's begging her cousin to stay calm, to breathe, to hold on. The line goes dead. Just silence. Emily is shaking. I don't know what to say to her. I don't know how to comfort her when everything around us is falling apart. I need to keep talking. Need to keep broadcasting. That's the only thing I can do. It's 9:45. The sirens have gotten louder, or maybe there are just more of them. It's hard to tell. The sound is constant now. A wail that never stops. And under it, if I listen carefully, I can hear other sounds. Distant, echoing, breaking glass, car alarms, screams. The city is eating itself. Emily is at her laptop again. She's wiping her eyes. She's checking the emergency scanners. Police dispatch is chaos. Officers calling for backup at dozens of locations simultaneously. Reports of attacks at shopping centers, apartment buildings, transit stations. Officers requesting permission to use lethal force. Dispatch is giving contradictory orders. Some saying engage, some saying fall back, some just repeating stand by for further instructions. There's a report of an explosion on the south side. Gas leak, building collapse, fire spreading to adjacent structures, no units available to respond. There's a report of a mob at the checkpoint on Highway 85, civilians trying to force their way through. National Guard holding the line. Warning shots fired, situation escalating. There's a report of an officer down, then another, then another. The system is breaking, not gradually, all at once. Emily just looked up something. She's reading it out loud. A study from 2019. Researchers discovered a fungus in the Amazon that produces a psychoactive compound similar to psilocybin but far more potent. It affected brain chemistry in test animals, caused aggression, caused loss of higher cognitive function, caused the animals to seek out and spread the fungus to new environments. The study was published in a minor journal. Hardly anyone noted. But what if someone did notice? What if Meridian Industrial Solutions, in their research, in their experiments, in their careless dumping, what if they created something similar? Or what if it was already there, in the sewers, dormant, waiting for the right chemical catalyst? It doesn't matter now? The how doesn't matter, only the what. And the what is that the city is infected, the people are infected, and it's spreading. And I need to give you more practical advice. If you're still listening, if you're still capable of acting, avoid crowds, avoid any gathering of people. The infection spreads person to person through spores, through proximity. A crowd is a death sentence. If you see someone exhibiting symptoms, advanced symptoms, violence, the loss of self, run. Don't try to help them. Don't try to talk to them. Run and don't look back. Fire is your friend. The fungus burns, the spores burn. If you need to clear an area, if you need to protect yourself, fire works. But be careful. Fire spreads. Fire kills indiscriminately. Stay upwind. If there's smoke, if there's a chemical smell, stay upwind. Don't let it reach you. And listen to this broadcast. I'll keep updating you as long as I can. As long as the power holds. As long as Emily and I are still here. That's 10:30. Emily just handed me a bottle of water. I hadn't realized how dry my throat was. How long I'd been talking. I take a drink. It's warm. The air conditioning in the building stopped working about an hour ago. Or maybe longer. Time is starting to blur. The building has a generator. It powers the broadcast equipment, the computers, the lights, but not the climate control, not the elevators. We're on the 4th floor. The stairwell is the only way down, the only way out. Emily checked the stairwell earlier, said it was clear. But that was hours ago. I don't know if it's still clear. I don't know if we could leave even if we wanted to. Where would we go? The streets are dangerous. The hospitals are overrun. The checkpoints are closed. There's nowhere safe. So we stay. We broadcast. We do the only thing we can do. Looking out the window again, there's movement on the street below. A group of people, maybe 10 or 12, they're moving together. Not like a crowd, like a pack. Coordinated, deliberate. They're all in various stages of the infection. Rashes, torn clothes, that stiff, jerky movement. And they're hunting. That's the only word for it. Hunting. A car turns onto the street, drives toward them. The driver sees them, tries to reverse. Too slow. They swarm the car, surround it, start hitting the windows. The glass spider webs. The driver is screaming. I can't hear it from up here, but I can see it. The glass breaks. They pull the driver out. And then I look away because I can't watch what happens next. Emily sees it too. She's turned away from the window. She's hunched over her laptop. Shake. I tell her we should move away from the windows. Find a more secure position. She nods. We gather the equipment, the laptop, the radio, the portable microphone. We move to an interior office, smaller, no windows, just walls and a desk and a single overhead light. It feels like a bunker. Maybe that's what it is now. I set up the microphone, plug it in. The signal is still broadcasting, still reaching whoever's out there listening. It's 11:15. Emily is checking the news, national news. Finally, there's something, a headline. Chemical incident in Midwestern city, authorities investigating. That's it. That's all they're saying. A chemical incident. like a spill, like something contained and manageable. They're lying, or they don't know, or they're trying not to cause a panic, but the panic is already here. The panic is eating people alive. Emily clicks through to the article. It's short, 2 paragraphs. It mentions Meridian Industrial Solutions, mentions a possible connection to recent illnesses, says the city is under a health advisory, says authorities are working to resolve the situation. No mention of the attack, no mention of the hospitals, no mention of the National Guard or the quarantine or the people turning into something else. The article was published at 10:08 a.m. an hour ago, and it's already buried under other stories, political scandals, celebrity gossip, sports scores. The world is moving on while we're drowning. Emily is reading the comments on social media. People outside the city are skeptical. They think it's a hoax, a publicity stunt, an overreaction. They're making jokes. They're calling us conspiracy theorists. They're not taking this seriously because they can't see it, they can't smell it, they can't hear the sirens or the screams or the silence in between. But they will. If this spreads beyond the quarantine, if it reaches other cities, they'll understand. And by then it will be too late. I need to focus. Need to think about what's important. Information. Truth. Those are the only tools I have left. Emily just told me something. She's been monitoring the emergency frequencies. There's been radio chatter about underground fires, in the sewers, deliberate fires. Someone, maybe the National Guard, maybe another agency, is trying to burn it out, trying to sterilize the tunnels. It might work, it might slow the spread, but the spores are already out, already in the air, already in people. Burning the source won't stop what's already in motion. It's 12 hours and noon. I've been broadcasting for 6 hours. My voice is starting to crack. My throat is raw. But I can't stop. Won't stop. Emily is eating something, a granola bar from her desk drawer. She offers me one. I take it. I didn't realize I was hungry, or maybe I'm not. Maybe it's just something to do. Something normal in a world that's lost all sense of normal. The power flickered, just for a second. The lights dimmed, the radio popped, then everything stabilized. But it's a warning. The grid is stressed, too much demand, too many fires, too much damage to infrastructure. Eventually it will fail, and when it does, this broadcast ends. Emily is rationing the battery backup. We have maybe 3 hours of power if the grid goes down. 3 hours to say everything that needs to be said. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope the power holds, but I'm not optimistic. I'm trying to think about the science, trying to understand what we're dealing with. Fungi are resilient. They survive in extreme conditions. They can go dormant for years, decades, centuries, then spring back to life when conditions are right. They reproduce through spores. Millions of spores, billions, released into the air, carried by wind, by water, by animals. A single spore can travel thousands of miles, can lie dormant in soil, in dust, in the lungs of a host. And some fungi, they're parasitic. They invade living tissue. They feed on their host from the inside. Cordyceps, like I mentioned before. But there are others, Massospora cicadina, that infects cicadas, controls their behavior, makes them spread the infection to other cicadas even as their bodies are consumed. The fungus is patient. It waits, it spreads, it survives. What if the chemicals Meridian dumped? What if they mutated something that was already there? Something ancient, something that had been waiting in the sewers for the right conditions, the right catalyst. What if we woke something up that should have stayed asleep? Emily is giving me a look. She's telling me I'm spiraling. She's right. I need to stay focused, stay practical. But it's hard not to spiral when the world is ending outside your door. It's 1:00 p.m. The afternoon heat is building. The room we're in, this interior office, it's stifling. No air circulation, just trapped heat and the smell of sweat and fear. Emily's checking the feeds again. More videos. I don't want to see them, but I need to. Need to understand the progression. This video is from someone's doorbell camera. Suburban neighborhood. Quiet street. A man walks into frame. Middle-aged. Business casual. He looks normal at first. Then he stops. Tilts his head. Sniffs the air. And his posture changes. His shoulders hunch. His arms hang loose. He walks to a house. Tries the door. It's locked. He starts hitting it. Over and over. His hands are bleeding. The door splinters. He keeps hitting. Finally it gives. He goes inside. 30 seconds later, a woman runs out. She's screaming. He follows, catches her on the lawn. The video cuts off. Another video, downtown. A group of people are huddled outside a pharmacy. They're trying to break the security gate. Some of them have tools, crowbars, pipes. They're desperate. And then from around the corner, another group appears. The infected, 20, maybe 30 of them. They see the people at the pharmacy, and they charge. The people scatter. Most escape, but not all. The video shows one person, a young man, trip and fall. They're on him in seconds. I close my eyes before I see the rest. Emily is compiling a list, confirmed locations of infected, confirmed attacks. It's dozens of entries, and those are just the ones that have been filmed, posted, shared. How many more aren't documented? How many are happening right now in places where no one is watching? The infection has a pattern. Early stage exposure to spores, hallucinations, respiratory distress, skin lesions. Middle stage, fever, aggression, loss of communication, heightened strength and pain tolerance. Late stage, complete loss of higher brain function, pack behavior, extreme violence. And then, what? Does it stop there? Do the infected just burn out, or is there another stage? Something worse? Emily found a post from a doctor, a virologist, I think. He's outside the quarantine zone. He's been following the reports. He says this is unlike anything he's studied. The speed of progression, the behavioral changes, the coordination between infected individuals. It suggests the fungus is affecting the brain at a fundamental level, rewriting neural pathways, suppressing the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and social behavior, amplifying the amygdala, the part responsible for aggression and fear response. Essentially, it's creating a creature driven purely by instinct, by hunger, by the need to spread. He ends his post with a warning. If this isn't contained within the next 48 hours, if it spreads beyond the quarantine zone, it could become a global pandemic. And there's no vaccine, no cure, no treatment, only containment, only fire and bullets and hope. I don't think we have 48. It's 2 p.m. Emily just received a message. Another hospital has been abandoned. St. Vincent. Staff evacuated. Patients left behind. Some in restraints. Some wandering the halls. The building is now a hive. That's the word people are using. A hive. I'm starting to understand what that means. The infected don't just attack randomly. They're drawn to sound, to movement, to living people. And when they find a concentration of prey, they gather, they swarm, they create these zone areas where the density of infected is so high that anyone who enters doesn't come out. The hospitals are hives. The shelters are hives. The checkpoints are becoming hives. Anywhere people gathered for safety, for help, those places are now the most dangerous. If you're listening, if you're holed up somewhere, stay quiet, stay hidden. Don't draw attention. Don't go to the hospitals. Don't go to the checkpoints. Stay where you are and wait. Wait for what? I don't know. But staying still is better than moving into a hive. Emily is looking pale. She's been holding up so well, but I can see the strain, the fear, the exhaustion. I ask her if she's okay. She nods, but it's not convincing. She takes a drink of water. Her hands are shaking. I ask her if she's been near any sewer vents recently, if she smelled anything strange. She says no, says she's fine, just tired, just scared. I believe her. I have to believe her, because if Emily gets infected, if I'm alone in here, I don't think I can keep doing this. The radio crackles. Interference. For a second, I think we're losing the signal, but it stabilizes. Just a glitch. The equipment is old, temperamental, but it's holding. For now, it's 2:45. Emily just showed me something. A message board. People inside the quarantine zone are organizing, sharing information, creating maps of safe zones, supply caches, routes to avoid. It's not much, but it's something. It's people trying to survive, trying to help each other. One post is from a man who claims to be a civil engineer. He's talking about the sewer system. Says the city has over 400 miles of tunnels, most of them interconnected. If the fungus spread through the system, it could have reached every part of the city in a matter of days. He's saying the only way to truly sterilize it would be to flood the entire network with fire or chemicals. But that would require coordination, resources, time, none of which we have. Another post is from a teacher. She's holed up in a school with about 30 kids. Their parents never came to pick them up. She's trying to keep them calm, keep them fed, keep them safe. She's asking for advice. No one has any. Another post is from someone who claims to have escaped the checkpoint on Route 12. Says the National Guard is shooting anyone who tries to cross. Says there are bodies piled up on the roadside. Says they barely made it out by going through the woods, staying off the main road. They're warning others not to try the checkpoints, not to trust the government, not to expect rescue. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. But if it is true, if the quarantine is being enforced that ruthlessly, then we're on our own. Completely on our own. It's 3:30. The afternoon light is harsh, white, blinding. The city looks almost peaceful from a distance, but up close I know it's anything but. Emily is monitoring the police scanners again. The chatter has changed. It's less frantic now, more resigned. Officers are reporting in, giving their locations, saying they're holding positions, but they're not responding to calls anymore. Not engaging, they're hunkering down, survive. One officer, his voice calm, almost detached, reports that he's barricaded inside a gas station. Says he's alone, says he can hear them outside, says he's running low on ammunition, says he just wanted his family to know he tried. The line goes quiet, no response from dispatch, just silent. How many people are in that same situation right now? Trapped, alone, running out of options. How many are listening to this broadcast, hoping I'll say something that helps, something that saves them, and all I can offer is words. Just words. But words are all I have, so I'll keep talking. It's 4:00 p.m., 10 hours since I started broadcasting. It feels like a lifetime. Emily just got a message from someone claiming to be with the CDC. They're outside the quarantine zone. They've been analyzing samples, running tests. They're confirming what we already suspected. It's a fungal infection, a species they've never seen before. It's producing spores that become airborne. The spores enter the respiratory system, take root in the lungs, then spread to the brain via the bloodstream. The infection progresses rapidly, from exposure to full symptomatic behavior in 12 to 48 hours, depending on the level of exposure and individual immune response. They're saying there's no known treatment. Antifungal medications have been tested. They're ineffective. The fungus is resistant, possibly because of the chemical contamination, possibly because it's something entirely new. The CDC is recommending full containment. No one in, no one out. Let the infection burn itself out. Estimated timeline 2 to 3 weeks. Then send in teams to assess and clean up. 2 to 3 weeks. They're asking us to survive for 2 to 3 weeks in a city full of infected, with no help, no supplies, no escape. It's a death sentence. Emily is staring at the screen. She's not moving, not blinking. I ask her what she's thinking. She says she's thinking about her cousin, about all the people who've already died, about whether it matters what we do, whether anything matters. I tell her it matters. It has to matter. Because if we give up, if we stop trying, then they've won. The people who caused this, the people who dumped poison and ignored warnings and valued profit over lives, we can't let them win. She looks at me, nods, and she gets back to work. It's 5:00 p.m. The sun is starting to lower. The shadows are getting longer, and I'm dreading nightfall. Because if the day is this bad, what will the night be like? Emily is checking the map again. The safe zones, the few that people have reported, they're shrinking. What was safe 6 hours ago isn't safe now. The infected are spreading, pushing outward, taking territory, and the living are being compressed into smaller and smaller pockets. One message on the board stands out. It's from someone in a high-rise apartment building. They're on the 20th floor. They have food, water, a secure door. They're asking if anyone else is nearby, asking if there's a plan, asking if someone is coming to help. No one answers. It's 5:45. Emily just played me an audio recording. Someone captured it from a radio frequency. Not ours. A different station. Or maybe not a station. Maybe just someone with a transmitter. The voice is male, older. He's speaking slowly, deliberately. He says his name is Dr. Alan Croft. He says he worked for Meridian Industrial Solutions as a biochemist. He says he quit 3 months ago because he knew something was wrong. He knew the waste they were producing was dangerous. He tried to report it, tried to go through proper channels. He was ignored, silenced, threatened. He says the chemicals weren't just byproducts, they were experiments. Meridian was working on something, a biological agent, something that could be weaponized. He doesn't know the details. He wasn't high enough in the chain, but he saw documents, saw test results, and he knew it was wrong. He says he's sorry, says he should have done more, should have gone public, should have burned the place down, but he didn't. And now the city is paying the price. The recording cuts off, no explanation, no sign-off, just silent. Emily is looking for more information on Dr. Alan Croft. She's finding a LinkedIn profile, a biochemist, worked for Meridian Industrial Solutions for 8 years, left in March. No public statements, no interviews, just gone. Is he still alive? Is he in the city? Did he escape before the quarantine? I don't know. But his words, his confession, it changes things. This wasn't an accident. This was negligence. Criminal negligence. Maybe worse, and someone somewhere needs to answer for it. But right now, justice feels like a luxury we can't afford. It's 6:30. The sun is setting. The sky is orange and purple. Beautiful. Indifferent. The world doesn't care that we're dying. Emily is eating another granola bar. We're running low on food. We have maybe enough for another day. After that, we'll have to leave, have to risk the streets, have to find supplies. I'm not looking forward to that. The radio crackles again. This time it's not interference. It's a voice. Someone else broadcasting. A woman. She's speaking Spanish. Emily translates. She's saying she's at a church on the west side. Says there are about 50 people sheltering there. Says they need help. Says they're running out of water. Says some of the people are showing symptoms. She's begging for someone to respond, to send help, to do something. I pick up the microphone. I respond. I tell her we're here. We're listening. I tell her to isolate the symptomatic individuals, to stay calm, to conserve resources. I tell her help is coming, even though I don't know if that's true. She thanks me. Her voice breaks, and then the line goes dead. Emily is crying again. She's been holding it together for so long, but that message, that plea for help, it broke something in her. I want to comfort her, but I don't know how, so I just keep talking, keep broadcasting, keep doing the only thing I know how to do. It's 7:15. Night has fallen. The city is dark. Not completely. There are still streetlights in some areas, still lights in buildings, but it's patchy, incomplete, and the darkness feels heavier than usual. Oppressive. Emily is monitoring the night feeds. The reports are getting worse. The infected are more active at night, more aggressive. They're drawn to light, to heat, to sound. If you have a fire, a generator, a radio, you're a target. I look at our setup, the broadcast equipment, the lights, the hum of the generator. We're a beacon, advertising our presence to anything within range. I ask Emily if we should shut it down, go dark, hide. She shakes her head. She says if we shut down, people will think we're dead. They'll think there's no one left. They'll give up. She's right. So we stay on. We keep broadcasting and we hope the infected don't find it. It's 8 April. I've been on the air for 14 hours. My voice is barely holding. I'm drinking water constantly, but it doesn't help. Every word feels like sandpaper. Emily just handed me a note. She doesn't want to say it out loud. It reads, I heard something in the stairwell. I freeze. Listen. At first, nothing. Just the hum of the generator. The static of the radio. And then, faint distant, I hear it. A scraping sound, like something being dragged, or someone moving slowly. We turn off the overhead light, sit in darkness. The glow from the laptop screen is the only illumination. We wait, and we listen. The scraping gets louder, closer. It's on our floor, in the hallway. Something is out there. Emily grabs my arm. Her grip is tight, painful. We don't move. Don't breathe. The broadcast is still running. My voice recorded, looping from earlier, but we're silent, waiting. The scraping stops, right outside the door. There's a pause, and then a sound, that guttural sound, the one Carl described, the one I've heard in videos. It's real. It's here. It's right outside. The door handle turns. Slowly. Testing. The door is locked. Thank God the door is locked, but the handle keeps turning, rattling. And then the scraping starts again, against the door, like nails or fingers trying to claw through wood. Emily is shaking. I put my hand over hers, try to steady her, try to steady myself. We wait, and we pray that the door holds. Minutes pass. The scraping continues, then stops. The sound moves away, down the hall, into another room. We hear crashing, furniture being overturned, and then silence. Emily exhales. I realize I'd been holding my breath. We turn the light back on, but dimmer this time, less visible. We don't speak, we just sit, and we wait for morning. It's 10 p.m. The thing in the hallway is gone, or at least we can't hear it anymore, but we know it's in the building. Maybe on a different floor, maybe it left. We don't know, and we can't risk checking. Emily is back on the laptop. She's reading posts from other survivors, people reporting similar experiences. The infected are entering buildings, breaking through doors and windows, hunting, and at night they're more coordinated. Like they're learning, adapting. One post describes an apartment complex where the infected worked together to break down a barricaded door. They didn't just throw themselves at it randomly, they took turns, tested weak points, and when they got through, they swept the building floor by floor. Another post describes a survivor who escaped by climbing out a window onto a fire escape. She watched from across the street as the infected searched the building she'd been in. They moved methodically, room by room. They knew someone had been there, and they didn't stop until they'd checked everywhere. They're not mindless. That's the terrifying part. They've lost themselves, their humanity, but they haven't lost intelligence. Not completely. They're predators. And we're prey. It's 11:30. Emily is trying to sleep. She's curled up in a corner, her jacket pulled over her head. I told her to rest. I'll keep watch. Keep broadcasting. Keep the signal alive. I'm exhausted. Every part of me is screaming for sleep. But I can't. Not while we're in danger. Not while people are listening. I'm looking at the monitor. The broadcast signal is strong, steady. How many people are still out there? How many are listening? How many are still alive? I wish I could see them. Wish I could know their names, their faces, their stories. But all I have is this microphone, this connection, and the hope that my words mean something. It's midnight, a new day. Friday, June 14th. 15 hours since I started broadcasting. And the world hasn't ended yet, but it feels close. Emily is awake again. She couldn't sleep. Too much fear, too much adrenaline. We're both running on fumes now, but we're still here, still fighting. She's checking the feeds. More reports, more attacks, more deaths, but also more survivors. People helping each other, sharing supplies, creating safe zones. It's not much, but it's something. One post is from a group in a grocery store. They've barricaded the entrances. They have food, water, medicine. They're offering shelter to anyone who can make it there. They're posting the address, coordinates, a map. Emily saves the information, says we should share it on the broadcast. Give people a destination, a goal. I agree, it's risky. The infected might hear, might converge, but it's also hope. And hope is in short supply right now. I read the address on air. Tell people to be careful, to move quietly, to avoid the hives, to survive. It's 1 hour on AM. The night feels endless. The darkness outside is complete. No moon, no stars, just black. And somewhere in that black, the infected are moving, hunting, spreading. Emily just told me she's been thinking about her family. Her parents live 2 states away. Her brother is in the military, stationed overseas. She hasn't been able to reach them since this started. Phones are down. Internet is spotty. She doesn't know if they know what's happening, if they're worried, if they think she's dead. I tell her they probably know. The news is out there, maybe not the full story, but something, and they're probably praying for her, hoping she's safe. I tell her that when this is over, she'll see them again, we'll get out of here, we'll survive. She nods, but I can tell she doesn't believe me. And honestly, I don't believe me either. It's 2:30. Emily is asleep again. This time she's out. Exhaustion finally overtook her. I'm alone with the microphone, with my thoughts, with the dark. I've been thinking about the doctor's recording, Dr. Alan Croft, his confession. If Meridian was experimenting with biological agents, does that mean this was intentional or just a catastrophic accident? And if it was intentional, who was it for? The military? A foreign government? A private buyer? I don't know. And maybe it doesn't matter. The result is the same. The city is dying and someone is responsible. But who? The executives at Meridian? The shareholders? The regulators who looked the other way? The politicians who took campaign donations and ignored warnings? All of them. All of them are responsible. And all of them are somewhere safe while we're here, trapped dying. It's not fair, but life isn't fair. Survival isn't fair. All we can do is keep going. Keep trying. Keep hoping that tomorrow will be better than today. It's 4:00 a.m. The sky is still dark, but I can sense the dawn approaching, that subtle shift in the air, the promise of light. Emily is stirring. She opens her eyes, looks at me, asks if anything happened while she was asleep. I tell her no, we're okay, for now. She gets up, stretches, drinks some water, and she gets back to work, back to monitoring, back to helping. She's incredible. I don't tell her that often enough. It's 5:00 a.m. The first light is breaking, gray, dim, but light nonetheless. The city is visible again, and it looks worse than yesterday. More fires, more smoke, more silence. Emily is reading a new post. Someone claiming to be a scientist. They're saying the fungus is evolving, adapting to environmental pressures. The spores are becoming more resilient, harder to kill, and the infected are showing signs of increased coordination. like a hive mind, like they're being controlled by something larger than themselves. Is that possible? Can a fungus create a collective intelligence? Can it link multiple hosts into a single network? In nature, yes. Mycelium networks connect trees, allow them to communicate, to share resources, but those connections are slow, chemical. What we're seeing, it's fast, almost instantaneous. What if the fungus isn't just infecting people? What if it's connecting them, creating a new organism, a superorganism made of human bodies and fungal tissue? The thought is horrifying and fascinating and utterly beyond my understanding. It's 6 a.m. I've been on the air for 24 hours, a full day. I never thought I'd make it this long, never thought I'd have this much to say. Emily just told me the generator is running low on fuel. We have maybe 6 more hours of power. After that, we'll need to refuel. And the fuel is in the basement, 2 floors down. Through hallways and stairwells that might be filled with we have to make a decision. Do we risk it? Do we go dark? Or do we shut down the broadcast and try to escape? Emily is looking at me, waiting for me to decide. I'm the host, the voice, the leader. But I don't feel like a leader. I feel like a scared man in a dark room trying not to die. I tell her we'll wait, we'll use the 6 hours we have, and then we'll decide. One step at a time. It's 7 a.m., Friday morning, the sun is up, the city looks almost normal in the golden light. Almost. Emily is checking the feeds, the grocery store group, the ones offering shelter. They're reporting that people have started arriving, 20, 30 survivors. They're sharing supplies, organizing defenses. It's working. Other groups are forming too. In schools, in office buildings, in homes, people are banding together, creating pockets of resistance, of survival. Maybe we're not as helpless as I thought. Maybe humanity, even in the face of extinction, still has fight left. It's 8:30. Emily just showed me something. A satellite image, posted by someone outside the quarantine zone. It shows the city from above, and the pattern is clear. The infection is spread in a rough circle from the industrial district. The center is a dead zone. No movement, no light, just emptiness. The edges are where the fighting is happening, where the infected are pushing outward and the survivors are pushing back. The image is dated yesterday. If someone were to take the same image today, how much further would the circle have spread? How much smaller would the safe zones be? We're losing. Slowly but surely we're losing, and I don't know how to stop it. It's 9:45. The generator is making a strange noise, a sputtering. Emily checks the gauge. We have less fuel than we thought. Maybe 3 hours left, maybe less. We need to make a decision. Now. Emily asks what I want to do. I tell her the truth. I don't know. I don't have answers. I'm just making this up as I go. She smiles, says that's okay, says we're doing better than most, says as long as we're still breathing, we're winning. I love her optimism, even if it's misplaced. It's 10:30. We've decided we're going to refuel the generator. We're going to keep broadcasting, because that's what we do. That's our purpose. And if we die trying, at least we died doing something that mattered. Emily is gathering supplies. A flashlight, a tool for self-defense, a metal pipe she found in a closet. I'm doing the same. We're preparing to leave this room, to venture into the building, into the unknown. I turn to the microphone. I tell the listeners what we're doing. I tell them that if the broadcast goes silent, it doesn't mean we gave up. It means we tried. And I thank them for listening, for surviving, for not giving up. And then I shut off the mic. Emily and we open the door. The hallway is empty, quiet. But the quiet feels wrong, like the air before a storm. We move carefully, one step at a time. The stairwell is ahead, and beyond that, the basement. And beyond that, who knows? I'm writing this in my head as we move, narrating in real time. Because if I stop thinking, if I stop talking, I'll start panicking. We reach the stairwell. Emily opens the door. Slowly, the hinges creak. We freeze. Wait, nothing. We descend. 1 flight, 2 flights. The stairs are littered with debris, papers, trash, a shoe, signs of people who passed through, people who are probably dead now. We reach the basement level. The door is ajar, a bad sign. We push it open. The basement is dark. Our flashlights cut through the black. The generator room is at the end of the hall. We move toward it, and then we hear it. That sound, that scraping. It's close. Too close. Emily grabs my arm, points. At the far end of the hall, something is moving, a shape, hunched, slow. It hasn't seen us yet, but it will. We back up, quietly, slowly. The shape moves closer. and I see it clearly now. A man, or what used to be a man. The rash covers his face. His eyes are wide, empty. He's sniffing the air. Search. We're almost to the stairwell, almost safe. And then Emily's flashlight slips, hits the ground, the sound echoes, the man's head snaps toward us, and he runs. We run too, up the stairs, two at a time. Emily is ahead of me. The man is behind me. Close. I can hear his breathing. That ragged, wet sound. I don't look back, I just run. We reach the 4th floor, burst through the door, slam it behind us. The man hits the door a second later, pounding, screaming. That inhuman scream. We run to the office, lock the door, barricade it with the desk, and we wait. Wait for the pounding to stop, wait for the screaming to stop. It doesn't. It's 11:00 a.m. We're trapped. The man, the infected, he's still in the hallway, still pounding, still screaming, and the generator is running on fumes. Emily is sitting on the floor. She's not crying, she's not panicking, she's just sitting, staring at the wall. I don't know what to say to her. Don't know how to make this okay. I turn the mic back on. I tell the listeners what happened. I tell them we tried. I tell them I'm sorry. And then the generator dies. The lights go out. The broadcast equipment shuts down. And we're in darkness. It's over. Except it's not. Because Emily reaches into her bag, pulls out a battery pack, a portable unit she'd been saving. She plugs it into the laptop, into the radio, and the equipment flickers back to life. She looks at me, smiles, says we're not done yet. And she's right, we're not done. It's 12 out of noon, we're still broadcasting on battery power now. We have maybe 2 hours left, but we're using them. The pounding in the hallway has stopped. The man is gone. Or maybe he's just waiting. Either way, we're not leaving this room. Emily is back on the laptop, reading posts, sharing information, helping people survive. And I'm back on the mic, talking, telling stories, keeping the signal alive, because that's all we can do. Keep going, keep fighting, keep surviving. It's 1:30 p.m. Emily just told me something. The grocery store group, they're reporting that the infected are backing off, not retreating but maintaining distance, like they're waiting, regrouping. Other survivors are reporting the same thing. The attacks have slowed, the infected are still there, still watching, but not pressing as hard. What does it mean? Are they exhausted? Are they evolving again? Or is this just the calm before the storm? We don't know. All we can do is watch and wait. It's 3:00 p.m. The battery is almost dead. We have maybe 30 minutes left. Emily and I, we've been talking about what happens next, about what we'll do when the power runs out. We've decided to make one last broadcast, one final message, and then we'll try to leave. Try to reach one of the safe zones. Try to survive. It's a long shot, but it's all we have. It's 3:25 p.m. I'm on the mic, making the final broadcast. I'm telling people to stay strong, to keep fighting, to not give up. I'm telling them that humanity has survived worse, that we'll survive this too. I'm lying. I don't think we'll survive. But I want them to have hope, even if I don't. Emily is next to me. She's holding my hand, and I realize, in this moment, that I'm not alone. That even in the darkest times, we have each other, and that's worth something. It's 3:29 p.m. The battery is dying. The signal is fading. I have seconds left. I say goodbye to the listeners. I thank them. I tell them that if anyone survives this, if anyone makes it out, tell our story, tell the truth. Make sure the world knows what happened here. Make sure Meridian Industrial Solutions and everyone else responsible pays for what they did. And then the power dies. The broadcast ends. And Emily and I were alone in the dark. But we're not giving up. Not yet. We gather our things. We open the door. The hallway is empty. We move toward the stairs, toward the street, toward whatever comes next. I don't know if we'll make it. I don't know if anyone will, but we have to try, because that's what survivors do. We try, we fight, we keep going, no matter what. The stairwell is darker than I expected. Emily's flashlight beam barely cuts through the black. We descend carefully, listening for any sound that doesn't belong. My heart is hammering so hard I'm sure she can hear it. First floor, the lobby. Through the reinforced glass doors I can see the street. It's empty except for abandoned cars and debris. No people. No infected, just eerie stillness. Emily whispers that we should check the generator room one more time. Maybe there's fuel we missed. I nod. We can't broadcast without power, but if we're leaving anyway, maybe it doesn't matter. We move through the ground floor, offices on either side, doors hanging open. Signs of people who fled in a hurry. A purse on a desk, its contents spilled across the floor. A photo frame, cracked. A half-eaten sandwich, now crawling with flies. The generator room door is closed. I try the handle, locked. Emily pulls out a bobby pin. I didn't know she could pick locks. She works at it for maybe 2 minutes while I stand watch, then the lock clicks. Inside, the generator sits silent, dead. But there are fuel cans against the wall, 3 of them. Emily checks each one, all empty. She curses under her breath. Then she notices something, a door at the back of the room, a storage closet. She opens it. Inside are 2 more cans. She lifts one, heavy, full. She grins. We're back in business. We carry the cans upstairs. It takes 3 trips. My arms are burning by the time we're done, but we have enough fuel for maybe another 12 hours of broadcast time. Maybe more if we're careful. Emily refills the generator, flips the switch. The machine sputters, coughs, then roars to life. The lights flicker on. The equipment hums. We're live again. I grab the mic. My voice is hoarse, barely recognizable. I tell the listeners we're back, that we're not done, that we'll keep going as long as we can. The responses come in immediately. Messages on the laptop. People saying they thought we were dead, saying they'd lost hope, saying our return gave them something to hold on to. It's humbling and terrifying, because now we can't stop, we can't let them down. It's 4:45 p.m. Emily is monitoring the feeds. She's seeing reports of something new. The infected are gathering in large groups, hundreds of them, congregating in open areas, parks, parking lots, plazas, just standing there, not attacking, not moving, just standing. One video shows a park filled with them. They're arranged in a rough circle, all facing inward. And in the center there's something growing, something dark and fibrous, like a massive fungal bloom. The infected aren't moving. They're just watching it, or maybe feeding it, or maybe being fed by it. Emily zooms in on the video. The bloom is pulsing, breathing, and from it spores are being released, millions of them, drifting into the air like snow. This is the next stage. The fungus isn't just infecting people anymore, it's creating structures, colonies, and the infected are its caretakers, its guardians. We're not fighting a disease, we're fighting an invasion, an organism that's taking over the city, one person, one block, one building at a time. It's 5:30. Emily found something else, a message from someone claiming to be with FEMA. They're saying the quarantine will be maintained for 3 weeks, as originally stated. But after that, if the infection hasn't been contained, they're implementing a final solution: sterilization of the entire city, firebombing, napalm, complete eradication. They're going to burn us all. The infected and the survivors, everyone. Emily asks if we should share this information. I don't know. Do people deserve to know they're being sentenced to death? Or is ignorance a kindness? I decide to share it. People have a right to know, a right to make their own decisions, to try to escape, to fight, to do whatever they need to do. I read the message on air. I tell people they have 3 weeks, maybe less. I tell them to get out if they can, to find a way through the quarantine, to survive. The responses are immediate: anger, fear, despair. Some people say they'll try to escape. Others say there's no point. Others say they'll fight until the end. I don't know what's right. I just know I had to tell them. It's 6:15. Emily is quiet. She's been staring at the screen for the past 10 minutes without moving. I ask her what's wrong. She doesn't answer at first. Then she tells me she's been thinking about what happens if we make it. If we survive the 3 weeks. If we somehow escape. She asks if anything will ever be normal again. If we'll be able to forget what we saw, what we did, what we didn't do. I tell her I don't know. I tell her trauma changes people, that we'll carry this with us forever. But that doesn't mean we can't build something new, something better. She nods, but she doesn't look convinced. It's 7:00. The sun is setting again. Another night is coming. I'm dreading it. Emily is monitoring the emergency channels. The police have gone silent, completely silent. No more dispatches, no more check-ins. Either they're all dead or they've abandoned their posts. The fire department is still active, barely. A few units are still fighting fires, still trying to save what they can, but they're overwhelmed, outmatched. The hospitals are lost, every single one, overrun, abandoned, hives. The city is collapsing, not slowly anymore, rapidly, like a building that's lost its foundation. It's 8 hours. Full dark now. Emily is setting up a perimeter alarm, tripwires made of fishing line and tin cans. Anything to give us warning if something gets close. We're also rationing the light, keeping it dim, keeping noise to a minimum. We can't afford to draw attention. I'm whispering into the mic now, telling people to do the same, to go dark, to hide, to wait for dawn. It's 9:30. Emily heard something outside, not close but not far either. A group of them, the infected, moving through the streets. She watched from the window, counted at least 30. They're hunting, searching, and they're getting smarter. One of them stopped, looked up, right at our building. Emily swears it saw her, that it looked directly at her. Then it moved on. She's shaken. I tell her it was probably nothing, just a coincidence, but I'm not sure I believe that. It's 11 hours and I've been on the air for over 30 hours now. My body is shutting down. I need sleep. But every time I close my eyes, I see things, faces, screaming, blood. Emily is sleeping again. She looks peaceful. I envy her. I'm alone with the microphone, with the darkness, with my thoughts, and I'm starting to wonder if surviving is worth it, if any of this is worth it. But then I remember the messages, the people listening, the people who need this broadcast, who need to know they're not alone. And I keep going. It's 1:00 a.m., Saturday now, June 15th, the third day since this started. Feels like a lifetime. I'm monitoring the feeds. There's a new post from the grocery store group. They're saying the infected tried to breach their defenses, tried to break through the barricades. They held them off, but barely. They lost 3 people, 2 killed, 1 infected. They're asking for help, for guidance, for hope. I don't have any to give. It's 2:30. I heard something, a sound from somewhere in the building, distant, but then I wake Emily. She listens, nods. She heard it too. We grab our weapons, our flashlights, we wait, ready for whatever comes. Nothing comes. The sound doesn't repeat, but we stay alert, just in case. It's 4:00. Emily found something online, a scientific paper published years ago. It's about fungal infections in insects, how the fungus produces chemicals that alter brain function, how it creates zombie-like behavior, how the host becomes a vehicle for spreading the infection. The paper's conclusion is chilling. It says that if a similar mechanism were to evolve in a species that infects humans, the results would be catastrophic. The infection would spread rapidly, the host would become aggressive, and humanity would have no defense. The paper was written by Dr. Alan Croft, the same man who confessed to working for Meridian Industrial Solutions. He knew years ago what could happen, and he tried to warn people, but no one listened. Emily and I sit in silence, absorbing the implications. This wasn't just negligence. This was predicted and ignored. And now we're living the nightmare he tried to prevent. It's 5:45, dawn is breaking, the sky is orange and red, like fire, like blood. Emily is looking out the window, she's counting the smoke columns. 15 now, maybe more. The fires are spreading, consuming the city. If the infected don't kill us, the fires will. Or the lack of food, or the lack of water, or any of 100 other ways to die. We're trapped in a dying city, and every hour the noose tightens. It's 7 out and back on the mic, giving updates, sharing information, trying to keep people informed. Emily hands me a note. Her phone is getting messages from the satellite feed. The quarantine perimeter has been reinforced. More troops, more equipment, more firepower. They're not letting anyone out, not even if they're healthy, not even if they're screaming for help. The order is clear: contain and eliminate. We're expendable, all of us. The government has written us off, and in 3 weeks they'll erase us. It's 9:00 and Emily just showed me a video. It's from last night. Someone filmed the infected group we saw earlier. They're in a plaza downtown, and they've built something, a structure, made of, I don't know, biomass, fungus and flesh and bone. It's towering, grotesque, and it's growing. The video zooms in. The structure has openings, like windows, and inside there are people, or what used to be people. They're embedded in the structure, part of it. Their faces are visible, twisted, screaming, but no sound comes out. This is what the infection does. It doesn't just kill, it incorporates, it assimilates. It turns people into building blocks for something larger. We're not dealing with zombies. We're dealing with something much worse. It's 10:30. The generator is running smoothly. We have enough fuel for another day, maybe 2. After that, we'll need to venture out again to find more supplies, more fuel, more time. Emily is making a list, everything we need. Food, water, medicine, batteries, fuel. The list is long, too long. We can't carry it all. We'll have to prioritize. She asks what we should take. I tell her fuel first. Without power, the broadcast dies. And if the broadcast dies, people lose hope. And if they lose hope, they lose everything. She agrees. Fuel first. It's 12 over noon. I've been broadcasting for over 36 hours now. My voice is almost gone. I'm drinking hot water with honey. Emily found a jar in the break room. It helps a little. The messages keep coming. People thanking us. People asking questions. People begging for help. We can't help everyone. We can barely help ourselves. But we try. We answer what we can. We offer what little advice we have. And we keep broadcasting. It's 2:11 p.m. Emily found another report. A scientist who posted earlier, the one who said the infected are evolving, he's posted an update. He says the fungal structures, the ones growing in the plazas and parks, they're not just colonies. They're hubs, neural centers, and they're connecting the infected, creating a network, a shared consciousness. The infected aren't just working together, they're thinking together, planning together, acting as one. It's a hive mind, literal, real, and it's terrifying. It's 3:30. Emily is reading posts from survivors. They're describing attacks that are increasingly coordinated. The infected are using tactics, flanking, ambushing, herding survivors into kill zones. They're not just animals, they're soldiers. One survivor described an attack on a barricaded house. The infected didn't just charge. They sent scouts first, tested the defenses, then they withdrew, and returned hours later with more. Overwhelmed the defenses through sheer numbers. Everyone inside was killed or infected. We're losing this war, badly. It's 5:00. The sun is starting to lower. Another night is approaching. Emily and I are preparing, checking our defenses, rationing our supplies, steeling ourselves for whatever comes. I'm thinking about the 3-week deadline. If we survive that long, if the government follows through, if they burn the city, what happens to us? Do we die in the flames? Do we escape? Is there anywhere to escape to? I don't have answers, I just have questions. And fear. It's 6:30. Emily is at the window again. She's watching the streets. There's movement, a lot of it. The infected are congregating, hundreds of them, moving towards something, a destination. She tracks their movement. They're all heading toward the plaza, the one with the structure, the hub. They're being called, summoned, and they're responding. What happens when they all gather? What happens when the hive is complete? It's 8 hours, full dark. Emily and I are sitting in silence. The weight of everything is pressing down on us. The fear, the exhaustion, the hopelessness. Emily breaks the silence. She asks me if I regret staying. If I wish we'd tried to escape when we had the chance. I tell her no. I tell her that broadcasting, helping people, trying to make a difference, that's worth it. Even if we die, even if it changes nothing, it's worth it. She smiles, says she feels the same, says she's glad we're doing this together, says she couldn't have done it alone. I tell her she's stronger than she knows, that she's the reason we're still here, still fighting. She's the reason I haven't given up. She doesn't respond, just squeezes my hand, and we sit together in the dark. It's 10:11. The radio crackles, a new voice, someone broadcasting on a different frequency. A man, he's saying he's a pilot, that he flew over the city earlier today, that he saw things he can't explain. He describes the structures, says there are dozens of them now, growing throughout the city, connected by veins of fungal growth, pulsing, alive. He says the city looks like a living organism, like something out of a nightmare. He says the military is planning something, an operation. He doesn't know the details, but it's big. And the broadcast cuts off, no explanation, just silence. Emily and I look at each other. What operation? An assault? An evacuation? Or the final solution? The firebombing? We don't know. We can only wait. It's midnight. I've been broadcasting for over 42 hours. I'm barely holding on. My body is screaming for rest. But I can't stop. Not yet. Emily is asleep again, curled up in the corner. She looks so small, so vulnerable. I want to protect her, but I don't know how. It's 2:00 a.m. I'm alone with my thoughts, thinking about everything that's happened, everything we've lost, everything we've become. I used to think I understood the world, understood how things worked. But this has shattered every assumption, every belief. We're not at the top of the food chain. We're not safe. We're not in control. We're just animals, prey. And something else has taken our place. It's 4 hours. Emily is awake. She's checking the feeds. There's a new post from the grocery store group. They're saying the infected are leaving, withdrawing, moving back toward the hubs. Other survivors are reporting the same thing. The attacks have stopped. The infected are retreating. Why? Emily pulls up the satellite feed, shows me the image. The structures have grown massively. They're now visible from space, towering, sprawling, and the infected are all converging on them. They're not retreating, they're gathering, preparing for something.
It's 6 hours.
Dawn. The city is bathed in golden light, but it's not beautiful. It's wrong. The smoke, the silence, the emptiness. It's a dead city, a tomb. Emily is reading a new post from the scientist. He says the hive is entering a new phase. The structures are producing something, not just spores, something else. He doesn't know what, but he's warning people to stay away, to avoid the hubs at all costs. We don't need the warning. We're not going anywhere near those things. It's 8:00 and I'm back on the mic, giving updates, telling people to stay hidden, stay safe. The infected may have withdrawn, but that doesn't mean we're safe. It means something worse is coming. It's 10:00 and Emily found something. A message on a private channel, military frequency. Someone leaked it. The operation is scheduled for tonight, midnight. They're going in, full force. Objective: destroy the hubs, destroy the infected, reclaim the city. It's a suicide mission. The infected outnumber the soldiers by orders of magnitude. And the hubs, those structures, they're alien, unknown. Who knows what defenses they have? But it's happening. Whether it succeeds or fails, it's happening. It's noon. Emily and I are talking about what to do. If the military attacks tonight, the city will become a war zone. Explosions, gunfire, chaos. We need to be ready. Need to have a plan. We decide to stay put. The building is defensible. We have supplies. We have power. And we have the broadcast. People are counting on us. We can't abandon them. It's 2 p.m. The messages are flooding in. People are panicking. They've heard about the operation. They're asking what to do, where to go, how to survive. I tell them to find shelter, to barricade themselves in, to stay away from the hubs, to wait it out. It's all I can offer. It's 4 hours. Emily is monitoring the military frequencies. The operation is a go. Troops are mobilizing. Equipment is being deployed. This is real. She asked me if I think they'll succeed. I tell her I don't know. I hope so. But I'm not optimistic. It's 6 hours. The sun is setting, the last light before the storm. Emily and I are preparing. We've moved all our supplies into the office, barricaded the door, set up the perimeter alarms. We're as ready as we can be. I'm recording a message, a backup, in case we don't make it, in case tonight is the end. I'm explaining everything, what happened, who's responsible, what we saw. I'm saving it to a USB drive. Emily will upload it to every platform she can find. If we die, at least our story will survive. It's 8:00. The city is dark, silent, waiting. Emily and I are sitting together, not talking, just being. We've said everything that needs to be said. Now we just wait. It's 10 hours. Emily's phone buzzes, a message from the military frequency. The operation is beginning. Troops are moving in. The assault on the hubs has started. We can hear it, distant explosions, gunfire, the sound of war. The city is alive again, but not with life, with death. It's 11 hours and the sounds are getting closer, louder. Emily is at the window. She's watching, reporting what she sees. Helicopters, flying low, firing missiles into the hubs. The structures are burning, collapsing, but they're fighting back. Tendrils of fungal matter are shooting into the air, grabbing helicopters, pulling them down. Explosions light up the sky. On the ground, soldiers are advancing, fighting through waves of infected. The gunfire is constant, deafening. Emily can see tracer rounds, flashes of light, bodies falling. It's a massacre on both sides. It's midnight. The battle is raging. The city is a war zone, and we're in the middle of it. Emily just saw something. One of the hubs, the largest one, it's doing something, pulsing, glowing, and then it releases something, a cloud, a massive cloud of spores. It spreads outward, fast, covering everything. The soldiers, the infected, the buildings. The gunfire stops, the helicopters veer away, and then nothing, just silent. Emily is backing away from the window. Her face is pale. She's whispering, saying it's over, saying they failed. I look out the window. The cloud is dissipating, and where it passed, nothing is moving. Nothing is alive. The soldiers are down. The infected are down. Everything is still. The hive won. It's 1:00 a.m. Emily and I are in shock. The operation failed, the military was wiped out, and the hubs are still standing, still growing. We don't know what happens now. Do we wait for the firebombing? Do we try to escape? Do we just give up? Emily is crying, not sobbing, just silent tears. I hold her. There's nothing else I can do. It's 3:00. The radio crackles. A new broadcast. The government. An official statement. They're declaring the operation a failure. The quarantine is now permanent. No one gets in. No one gets out. The city is a law. And the firebombing has been moved up. It's happening in 48 hours, not 3 weeks. We have 2 days to live. It's 5 hours. Dawn is breaking. The city is covered in a fine layer of ash. The spore cloud, it's settled over everything, coating the streets, the buildings, the air. Emily is coughing. I tell her to cover her mouth, to breathe through a cloth, but I don't know if it will help. If we've been exposed, if we're already infected, we won't know for hours, maybe days. All we can do is wait. It's 7:00. I'm back on the mic telling people what happened, telling them about the 48-hour deadline, telling them to make peace, to say goodbye, to do whatever they need to do. The responses are heartbreaking. People saying they love their families, saying they're sorry, saying they wish things had been different. I don't know what to say, so I just listen. It's 9:00 and Emily is still coughing. She says she feels fine, no fever, no hallucinations, no rash. But the coughing won't stop. I'm watching her closely, looking for signs, praying I don't see them. It's 11:11. Emily's coughing has stopped. She says she feels better. I want to believe her, but I'm terrified. We're both terrified. It's 1:00 p.m. I'm monitoring the feeds. People are making final broadcasts, sharing their stories, their regrets, their hopes. One man is reading a letter to his daughter. She's outside the quarantine zone, safe. He's telling her he loves her, telling her to be strong, telling her to live a good life. Another woman is singing a lullaby. She says it's for her son. He was infected on the first day. She says she hopes he can hear her, wherever he is. It's beautiful and heartbreaking. It's 3:00. Emily is looking at the satellite feed. The hubs have stopped growing. They're fully formed now. Massive, alien, beautiful in a horrible way. And they're doing something. The infected are entering them, disappearing inside. What's happening in there? What are they becoming? We'll never know. The sun is setting. Our last sunset. Tomorrow we have one more day, one more dawn. And then it's over. Emily asks me if I'm scared. I tell her yes, I'm terrified. But I'm also grateful. Grateful I got to know her. Grateful we faced this together. Grateful we made a difference even if it was small. She smiles, says she feels the same. It's 7:00. Night has fallen. Emily and I are sitting together, talking about our lives, our families, our dreams. She tells me she always wanted to be a teacher, to help kids learn, to make a difference. I tell her she did make a difference. She helped people survive, gave them hope. That's more than most people can say. She cries, I cry, we hold each other, and we wait for tomorrow. It's 10:00. We're still broadcasting, still talking, still trying to help, because that's who we are. That's what we do, even at the end. It's midnight, Sunday, June 16th, our last full day. Emily is asleep. I'm alone with the mic, with the darkness, with the knowledge that this is almost over. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm at peace. We did everything we could. We told the truth. We helped people. We didn't give up. And that's enough. It's 4:00 a.m. I'm thinking about the future, not ours. We don't have one. But humanity's. Will anyone remember what happened here? Will anyone learn from our mistakes? Will Meridian Industrial Solutions face justice? I don't know, but I hope so. I hope our deaths mean something. It's 6:00. Dawn. Our last dawn. The sky is pink and purple. Beautiful. The world doesn't care that we're dying. It just keeps turning. Emily is awake. She's making coffee. We found some instant packets in the break room. It's terrible, but it's warm, and it's normal. And right now, normal is all we want. It's 8:00 and I'm on the mic, giving final thoughts, thanking the listeners, telling them to survive, to remember, to honor the dead by living. The messages are overwhelming. People saying goodbye, saying thank you, saying they'll never forget. I'm crying. Emily's crying. But we keep broadcasting. It's 10:00. Emily just checked the satellite feed. The military is mobilizing. Bombers are being loaded. Napalm. Incendiaries. Enough firepower to level the city. This is it. This is the end. It's noon. 6 hours left. Maybe less. Emily and I are recording our final messages to our families, to the world, to anyone who will listen. Emily's messages to her parents. She tells them she loves them, that she's sorry, that she hopes they're proud of her. My messages to everyone. I tell them the truth about Meridian, about the government, about the infection. I tell them to learn from this, to hold corporations accountable, to value safety over profit, to never let this happen again. It's 2:00 p.m., 4 hours. Emily and I are sitting together, not talking, just being. She asks me what I think happens after. I tell her I don't know, but I hope it's peaceful. She nods, says she hopes so too. It's 4 hours, 2 hours. The generator is running low again. We're almost out of fuel, but it doesn't matter. We won't need it much longer. Emily is uploading everything, our recordings, our messages, the evidence. She's sending it to every news outlet, every platform, every person she can find. If we die, at least the truth will survive. It's 5 out of 1 hour. The sun is lowering. The light is golden. Beautiful. Emily and I are holding hands. We're not scared anymore. We're ready. It's 5:30. Emily just heard something. Planes. Distant, but getting closer. This is it. It's 5:45. The planes are overhead. Emily and I are at the window, watching. The first bomb falls. A flash of light, a roar. The ground shakes, and then another, and another. The city is burning. The hubs are burning. Everything is burning. Emily squeezes my hand. I squeeze back. It's 5:50. The fires are spreading fast. The heat is unbearable. The smoke is choking. Emily is coughing again. I'm coughing. We can't breathe. This is the end. It's 5:55. The building is shaking, crumbling. We're running out of time. Emily looks at me, says she loves me. I tell her I love her too. It's 5:58. The fire is here, in the building, in the room. Emily and I are together, holding each other. This is how it ends. It's 5. The mic is still on. The broadcast is still live. For a few more seconds. If anyone's listening, if anyone survived, remember us. Remember what happened here. Don't let it happen again. This is Daniel Rothman, 104.7 FM, signing off. Goodbye. Wait. Testing. Is anyone there? This is Pure 104.7 FM. I don't know if anyone can hear this. I don't know if anyone's left to hear it. My name is Daniel Rothman. I'm still alive. I don't know how, but I'm still here. Let me explain. Let me tell you what happened. The bombs fell. We saw them. Emily and I, we were holding each other, waiting for the end. The building shook. The walls cracked. Fire erupted everywhere. And then nothing. Blackness. I thought we were dead. I was certain we were dead. But I woke up. I don't know how long I was unconscious. Minutes, hours. The room was destroyed. The ceiling had partially collapsed. Debris everywhere. Smoke so thick I could barely see. And Emily, she was next to me. Unconscious but breathing. Alive. The broadcast equipment was destroyed. The generator was on fire. Everything we'd built, everything we'd used to stay connected to the world, it was gone. But I found my backpack. Inside, a portable radio transmitter. Battery powered, something I'd kept as a backup months ago and forgotten about. It still worked. I dragged Emily away from the flames, down the stairs. The building was collapsing around us. Floors giving way, walls crumbling. But we made it to the ground level. Made it outside. Into hell. The city was an inferno. Buildings burning on every side. The air was thick with ash and smoke and the smell of burning flesh. The heat was unbearable. We ran. I half carried Emily. We ran through streets I no longer recognized. Everything was fire and destruction. We found shelter in a parking garage. Underground, the concrete walls protected us from the worst of the heat. We collapsed there, coughing, gasping, alive. That was 6 hours ago, maybe 7. Time is difficult to track. Emily is awake now. She's hurt. Burns on her arms, cuts on her face, but she's alive. We're both alive. And I'm broadcasting again, using the portable transmitter. The range is limited, maybe a mile, maybe less. But if anyone is out there, if anyone survived the bombing, they need to know they're not alone. I'm checking my watch. It's 1:15 a.m., Monday morning, June 17th. The bombing started yesterday evening around 6. The world ended yesterday. But we're still here. Emily is asking me why. Why are we alive when everyone else is dead? I don't have an answer. Luck. The building structure, the angle of the blast. Divine intervention, random chance. Does it matter? We survived. And now we have to figure out what to do next. The parking garage is dark. We have one flashlight. The battery is low. We're conserving it, using it only when necessary. There's a car near us, abandoned. The windows are intact. We checked inside. No keys, no supplies, just empty. Emily found a vending machine, shattered. The contents scattered across the floor. Chips, candy bars, soda cans. We gathered what we could. It's not much. Maybe enough for 2 days if we're careful. Water is the bigger problem. We have one bottle, half full. We need to find more. But going outside, going into the burning city, that's suicide. So we wait. We hide. We hope the fires burn out. I'm trying the radio, scanning frequencies, looking for other survivors, looking for anyone. Static, static, static. Nothing. We're alone. No, wait, there's something. A voice. Faint, breaking up. I'm trying to tune it in. It's a woman. She's speaking Spanish. Emily is translating. She's saying she's trapped in a basement somewhere on the north side. She can hear the fires above her. She's running out of air. She's begging for help. I respond, tell her to stay calm, to conserve oxygen, to cover her mouth with cloth, to wait. Emily asks where she is. An address. Cross streets. We write it down, but we can't help her. We can't even help ourselves. The woman is crying now, praying. Emily is crying too, and then the signal dies. Just static again. How many people are out there right now, trapped, dying, praying for rescue that won't come? How many voices will go silent before dawn? It's 2 a.m. Emily's checking her laptop. Miraculously, it survived. The case protected it, but the battery is at 12%. No way to charge it. We're using it sparingly. She's trying to access the internet. No connection. The cell towers are down. The infrastructure is destroyed. We're cut off. Completely isolated. She shows me the last cached pages. News articles. From before the bombing, the government issued a statement. Said the city was a lost cause. Said the infection couldn't be contained through conventional means. Said the bombing was necessary to prevent a global pandemic. They killed everyone. Survivors and infected alike. They didn't try to rescue people, didn't try to evacuate, just dropped fire from the sky and called it necessary. Emily asks if I'm angry. I am. I'm furious. But anger doesn't help us now. Survival is all that matters. It's 3:30 a.m. The fires are still burning. We can hear them. The roar. The crackle. The occasional explosion as something ignites. Gas lines. Fuel tanks. Chemical storage. The city is consuming itself. Emily found a map in the glove box of the abandoned car. A street map. Old. Paper. We're studying it. Trying to figure out where we are. Where we can go. The parking garages downtown were surrounded by high-rises, office buildings, apartments, all of them burning or collapsed. Moving through that terrain will be impossible. At least during the day, at least while the fires rage. Our best option is to head toward the river. It's about 2 miles east. If we can reach it, we can follow it out of the city, away from the fires, away from the destruction. But 2 miles through an inferno. Can we make it? Emily says we have to try. Staying here isn't an option. We'll run out of food, water, air. Eventually, the fires will find us, or the smoke will kill us. We have to move, but not yet. Not in the dark. Not while the fires are at their worst. We wait for dawn. We wait for the fires to die down, and we pray we survive that long. It's 5 a.m. Emily is sleeping again. Her breathing is labored. The smoke, the stress, the injuries. She needs medical attention, but there are no hospitals, no doctors, no help. I'm staying awake, keeping watch, listening to the radio, hoping for another voice, another survivor, but there's nothing, just me, talking into the void. If you're listening, if you're out there, you're not alone. I'm here, we're here, and we're going to survive this. We're going to make it out, and we're going to tell the world what happened, what they did. It's 6 a.m., dawn is breaking, the light filters down into the parking garage, gray, hazy. The smoke is so thick it blocks the sun. Emily is awake. She's drinking water, small sips, making it last. I do the same. We eat a candy bar, split it in half. It's breakfast. We're preparing to leave, gathering our supplies, the backpack with the transmitter, the laptop, the flashlight, the remaining food and water, a metal pipe from the garage, our only weapon. Emily is limping. Her ankle is swollen, twisted during our escape. She says she can walk. Says she'll manage. I believe her. She's stronger than she looked. We move toward the exit, the ramp leading up to street level. The heat intensifies as we climb. The smoke thickens. We cover our mouths with torn pieces of cloth. Our eyes water, but we keep moving. We reach the surface, and we see it. The city, or what's left of it. It's gone. Everything is gone. Buildings reduced to skeletal frames, streets buried under rubble and ash, cars melted into twisted metal sculptures, bodies everywhere, charred beyond recognition. The air is toxic, every breath burns, the heat radiates from every surface. The ground is hot enough to melt the soles of our shoes. Emily is staring, not moving, not speaking, just staring at the apocalypse before us. I take her hand, squeeze it. We can't stop. We have to move. We head east, toward the river, picking our way through the destruction, climbing over rubble, avoiding fires that still burn. The city is a maze of hell. It's 7:30 a.m. We've covered maybe half a mile. It's taken over an hour. The terrain is impossible. Every street is blocked. Every path requires detours. And the heat, the smoke, it's killing us slowly. Emily collapses, just falls to her knees, coughing, gasping. I help her to a patch of shade, the shadow of a collapsed building. We rest. We drink water. Almost gone now. She asks how much farther. I check the map. At this pace, another 2 hours, maybe 3. Can we make it? I don't know. But we have to try. It's 9:11 a.m. We're moving again. Slower now. Emily's limping worse. My lungs feel like they're full of glass. But we keep going. We pass through what used to be a residential neighborhood, row houses. Families lived here. Now it's just ashes and bones. I see a child's toy, a teddy bear, blackened, melting. I look away. Emily sees it too. She stops, starts crying. I tell her we can't stop. We have to keep moving. She nods, wipes her eyes, and we continue. It's 11:00 a.m. We've reached the river, or what's left of it. The water is low, choked with debris and ash. But it's water, and it's a path out. We descend to the riverbank. The ground here is cooler, the air less toxic. We can breathe a little easier. Emily washes her face. I do the same. The water is filthy, but it feels like salvation. We follow the river south, away from downtown, away from the worst of the destruction. The landscape gradually changes. Less complete devastation. More structures still standing. Still burning, but standing. It's 1 p.m. We found a bridge, intact. We cross it. On the other side, the destruction is less severe. The bombing focused on the downtown area, the hubs, the center of infection. Out here, on the periphery, some buildings survive. We enter a neighborhood, suburban, quiet. The houses are damaged but not destroyed. Windows blown out, roofs caved in, but walls still standing. We choose a house, one that looks stable. We break in through a back door. Inside it's dark, dusty, but intact. We're out of the smoke, out of the heat. We're safe, for now. It's 2:00 p.m. We're searching the house, looking for supplies, food, water, medicine, anything useful. The kitchen is ransacked. Someone was here before us, took everything. But in the basement, we find a storage room, shelves lined with canned goods, bottled water, batteries, a survival cache. Someone prepared for disaster, and then either died or fled without taking it. Emily is smiling. First time I've seen her smile in days. We load our backpack, take what we can carry. This is enough to keep us alive for weeks, maybe longer. We also find a first aid kit. Emily treats her burns, bandages her cuts. I help her wrap her ankle. It's sprained, not broken. She'll recover. We find a bedroom. The bed is dusty but dry. We collapse onto it, and for the first time since this started, we sleep. Real sleep. Not fear-driven unconsciousness. Sleep. It's 6:07 p.m. I wake up. Emily is still sleeping. I let her rest. She needs it. I'm at the window, looking out at the neighborhood. It's eerily quiet. No sounds of fires, no sounds of people. Just silence, and smoke drifting on the wind. I see movement. A figure, walking down the street. I freeze. Is it a survivor or something else? The figure is moving strangely. That jerky gait, that hunched posture. Infected. But how? The bombing should have killed them. Should have sterilized the city. But this one survived. And if one survived, how many others? I wake Emily, quietly, point out the window. She sees it. Her face goes pale. We're not alone. The infection survived the bombing, and we're right in the middle of it. It's 7:00 p.m. We're barricading the house, pushing furniture against doors and windows, making noise, too much noise. But we don't have a choice. The infected outside hasn't noticed us yet. It's wandering, searching. Eventually it will find us. Or others will. We need to be ready. Emily is checking the laptop. 3% battery. She's writing, documenting everything. She says if we don't make it, someone needs to know what happened. Needs to know the bombing failed, the infection survived. She uploads it to every cloud service she can access, hoping the internet comes back, hoping someone finds it, then the laptop dies. Screen goes black, it's over. It's 9:00 p.m. We're sitting in the dark, listening. The infected is still out there. We can hear it, scratching at doors, testing windows. It's searching house by house. How long before it reaches us? It's 10:30 p.m. The scratching is close, next door. We can hear it clearly. The sound of nails on wood, the guttural breathing. Emily is holding the metal pipe. I have a kitchen knife. If it gets in, we'll fight, but we both know we probably won't win. The scratching moves to our house, to our door. We hold our breath. Don't move. Don't make a sound. The door rattles. The barricade holds. The scratching continues. Minutes pass, feeling like hours, and then it stops. The sound moves away, down the street, to another. We're safe, for now. It's midnight. We're taking turns sleeping, one awake, one resting. We can't risk both being asleep. I'm on watch, listening to the radio. The portable transmitter is still working, still broadcasting, but I haven't heard another voice in hours. Are we the only ones left? It's 2:00 a.m., Tuesday morning, June 18th. I'm still awake, can't sleep, too much adrenaline, too much fear. Emily is sleeping. She's whispering in her sleep, names, her family, her cousin, people we've lost. It breaks my heart. I'm thinking about the future. What happens now? Do we stay here? Do we try to leave the city? Where would we go? The quarantine zone, is it still enforced? Will they shoot us if we try to cross? Too many questions, no answers. Just uncertainty and fear. It's 4:00 a.m. I heard something, not the infected, something else. A vehicle, distant, but unmistakable. I go to the window, look out. In the distance, lights, moving. A convoy, military vehicles. They're sweeping the street. Are they searching for survivors, or making sure nothing survived? I want to signal them, to run out and flag them down, but something stops me. Instinct, fear. What if they're not here to help? What if they're here to finish what the bombing started? I wake Emily, show her. She watches, then shakes her head. Says we shouldn't trust them, says we should hide. I agree. We stay hidden, and the convoy passes, disappears into the smoke. It's 6:00 a.m., dawn. We survived another night. Emily is awake. We're eating breakfast, canned peaches, stale crackers. It's a feast. We're planning our next move. We can't stay here forever. We need to get out of the city. But how? Emily suggests we follow the river, keep going south. Eventually we'll reach the quarantine perimeter. Maybe we can find a way through. Maybe the guards are gone. Maybe the quarantine has been lifted. It's a long shot, but it's all we have. It's 8:00 a.m. We're packing, taking as much as we can carry. Food, water, medical supplies, batteries, the transmitter. We're leaving the house, heading back to the river. The streets are quieter this morning. No sign of the infected from last night. But we move carefully, quietly, taking no chances. We reach the river, start following it south. The landscape is gradually improving, less damage, more intact structures. We're moving out of the bombing zone. It's 10:00 a.m. We've been walking for 2 hours. Emily's ankle is hurting. We stop to rest, drink water, eat a protein bar. I'm scanning the radio, still nothing. No voices, no signals, just static. Are we really the only ones left? Wait, there's something, a signal. Faint but there. I tune it in. It's music, classical music, playing on a loop. No voice, no message, just music. What does it mean? Is it automated, or is someone out there broadcasting music into the void? Emily takes the transmitter, tries to respond, identifies our frequency, gives our location, asks if anyone is listening. We wait. No response. Just music. We keep moving. It's noon. The sun is high. The heat is intense. We're exhausted, dehydrated, but we keep going. The river is our guide, our lifeline. We pass through another neighborhood. This one looks almost normal. Houses intact, lawns overgrown, but green. Like the apocalypse never reached here. But it's empty. No people, no animals, no life, just emptiness. We enter a house, looking for supplies. The door is unlocked. Inside, everything is neat, orderly, like the owners just stepped out. There's food in the pantry, fresh clothes in the closets. We take what we need, replace our torn, burned clothing with clean garments. It feels strange, almost normal. In the bathroom, we wash. Really wash. For the first time in days, the water is cold. The pipes still work somehow. It feels like a miracle. It's 2 p.m. We're rested, clean, resupplied. We're ready to keep moving. But Emily suggests we stay, just for the night. Rest properly, build our strength. I agree. One more night. Then we push for the perimeter. We barricade the doors, check the windows, set up in an upstairs bedroom. We have a view of the street. We can see anything coming. It's 4 p.m. I'm on the radio, broadcasting, giving our position, hoping someone hears, hoping someone responds. Nothing. Just the music. That classical loop. It's maddening and comforting at the same time. Emily is reading. She found a book on the nightstand. A novel. Something about a family on a road trip. She says it's good. Says it reminds her of normal times. I watch her read, and I'm grateful. Grateful we're alive. Grateful we're together. Grateful for this moment of peace. It's 6 p.m. Emily made dinner. Canned soup heated on a camp stove we found. It's warm, filling, delicious. We eat in silence, just enjoying the food, the warmth, the companionship. After dinner, Emily asks me what I miss most. I think about it. I miss coffee. Real coffee. Hot, strong, black. I miss the smell of it in the morning. She laughs. Says she misses ice cream. Chocolate chip cookie dough. Says she'd kill for a pint right now. We laugh together. And for a moment we forget where we are. What we've been through. What we've lost. For a moment we're just two people. Talking. Laughing. Living. It's 8 p.m. The sun is setting. We're watching from the window. The sky is orange and pink. Beautiful. The smoke has cleared enough to see it properly. Emily asks if I think we'll make it, if we'll escape, if we'll survive. I tell her yes. I tell her we've made it this far. We've survived the infection, the bombing, the fires. We'll survive whatever comes next. She smiles, says she believes me, says she's glad I'm here. I tell her I feel the same, that I couldn't have done this alone, that she's the reason I'm still fighting. We hold hands, and we watch the sun set together. It's 10 p.m. We're preparing for sleep. Emily takes first watch. I lie down, close my eyes, and almost immediately I'm asleep. I dream, not nightmares. Something peaceful, a beach, waves, sunshine. Emily is there, smiling, laughing. We're safe, happy, free. I wake at midnight. Emily is asleep in the chair. I let her sleep, take over the watch. The street outside is quiet, empty, peaceful. For the first time in days I feel hope, real hope. We might actually make it. It's 2 a.m. A sound wakes Emily. We both heard it. A car engine, close. We go to the window, look out. A vehicle is parked in the street, headlights off, engine running. Someone is inside. Is it military? Survivors? Infected don't drive, so it's human. But are they friendly? The door opens. A man gets out. He's armed, rifle slung over his shoulder. He's wearing civilian clothes, jeans, t-shirt, boots. He walks to a house across the street, tries the door. It's locked. He kicks it in, enters. Minutes later, he comes out, carrying supplies, food, water. He loads them into the vehicle, then drives away. A scavenger, like us, surviving, taking what he needs. Is that what we've become? Is that what humanity is reduced to? It's 4 a.m. We're both awake, can't sleep after seeing the scavenger. It reminded us that we're not alone, that other people are out here, and not all of them are friendly. We decide to leave at dawn, get moving before more scavengers show up, before things get dangerous. It's 6 a.m. We're packed, ready. We leave the house, head back to the river, continues. The morning is cool. The air is clearer. We make good time. Emily's ankle is better. She's not limping as much. It's 8 a.m. We've covered several miles. The landscape is changing, more rural, fewer buildings, more trees. We're leaving the city behind. And then we see it, the perimeter, a wall of concrete barriers, chain link fences, guard towers, and soldiers, lots of soldiers. The quarantine is still active, still enforced. We can't just walk through. We hide, watch, study the defenses, looking for a weakness, a gap, a way. Emily spots something, a drainage pipe, running under the barriers. It's small, narrow, but we wait for nightfall. for the guards to change shifts, for our chant. It's 8 p.m. Wednesday night, we're ready. We've scouted the area, planned our route. We're going to try. We move quietly, staying low, avoiding the lights. The guards are focused outward, looking for infected, not for people trying to escape. We reach the drainage pipe. It's even smaller than we thought. Emily goes first. She's thinner. If she can fit, I can't. She crawls in, disappears into the darkness. I wait, listening, praying. Minutes pass. Then I hear a voice. Faint. She's through. She made it. I crawl in. The pipe is tight, claustrophobic. I can barely move. My backpack catches on something. I'm stuck. Panic rises. I force it down. Breathe. Relax. Wiggle free. Keep moving. The pipe seems endless. Dark, wet, suffocating. But I keep going, inch by inch. And then I see light. The end. Emily is there, reaching for me, pulling me out. We're through. We're outside the quarantine zone. We're free. It's 10 p.m. We're running, putting distance between us and the perimeter. We don't stop until we're miles away, until we can't see the lights anymore. We collapse in a field, gasping, laughing, crying. We did it. We escaped. We survived. Emily hugs me, holds me tight, says we made it, says we're going to be okay. And I believe her. For the first time in days, I truly believe we're going to be okay. It's midnight. We're resting, looking up at the stars. The sky is clear. No smoke, no fire, just stars. Thousands of them. Beautiful. Emily asks what we do now. I tell her we find civilization, find people, tell our story, make sure the world knows what happened, make sure Meridian Industrial Solutions pays. She nods, says she's ready, says let's do it. We stand, brush ourselves off, and we start walking toward the future, toward hope, toward life. It's 2 a.m., Thursday morning, June 20th. We've been walking for hours, following a road, heading away from the city, away from the nightmare. We see lights ahead, a town, small, quiet, but alive. People live there, normal people living normal lives. We approach cautiously. We're filthy, exhausted. We probably look dangerous, but we need help. We reach the town limits, a gas station, open. Someone is inside, an older man. He sees us, his eyes widen. He comes out, asks if we're okay, where we came from. We tell him, from the city, from the quarantine zone. We survived. He doesn't believe us at first. Then he sees our burns, our injuries, our eyes, and he believes. He takes us inside, gives us water, food, calls someone, the police, an ambulance. Within minutes, we're surrounded. EMTs checking us, police asking questions. It's overwhelming, but it's help, real help. They take us to a hospital, a real hospital, with doctors and nurses and clean beds. They treat our injuries, give us fluids, let us rest. Emily is in the next room. I can hear her voice, talking to someone, telling our story. She sounds strong, determined. She's gonna be okay. I close my eyes, and for the first time since this started, I feel safe. It's noon, Thursday. I wake up in the hospital bed, sunlight streaming through the window. A nurse checks on me, says I've been asleep for 10 hours, says I needed it. Emily comes in, she's clean, bandaged, smiling. She looks like herself again. She sits on the bed, takes my hand. She tells me what's happening. The authorities are debriefing her, asking about the city, about the infection, about what we saw. She's telling them everything, about Meridian, about the government's role, about the bombing, about the survivors left behind. She says they're listening, taking notes. She thinks they're taking it seriously. She hopes they are. I tell her I'm proud of her, proud of us. We survived. And now we're making sure it means something. She squeezes my hand, says we did it together, says she couldn't have done it without me. We sit in silence, just being, just existing, just grateful to be alive. It's 3 p.m. A man enters my room, says he's with the CDC, wants to ask questions. I tell him everything, every detail, from the chemical dumping to the fungal infection to the bombing to our escape. He listens, takes notes, asks follow-up questions. He's thorough, professional. When I'm done, he thanks me, says my testimony is valuable, says it will help prevent this from happening again. I ask him about other survivors. He hesitates, then tells me the truth. We're among the first to make it out. Most people in the quarantine zone died in the bombing. The few who survived the initial blast died in the fires, or from the infection, or from lack of resources. The official death toll is estimated at over 600,000, almost the entire city. It's the worst disaster in modern American history. I ask about the infected. Did the bombing work? Did it stop the spread? He says mostly. The bombing destroyed most of the hubs, most of the infected. But there are reports of isolated pockets, stragglers, survivors. They're sending teams in to clear them out, to sterilize what's left. I ask about Meridian Industrial Solutions. Are they being held accountable? He says investigations are ongoing. Criminal charges are likely, but it's complicated. Lawyers, politics, money. It will take time. I tell him time isn't good enough. People are dead. An entire city is gone. Someone needs to pay. Nah. He nods, says he understands, says he'll do what he can, then he leaves. It's 6:07 p.m. Emily and I are eating dinner in my room. Hospital food. Bland. But we're grateful for it. We're watching the news. Our story is everywhere. National headlines, international coverage, the disaster, the infection, the bombing, the cover-up. It's all coming out. Meridian Industrial Solutions is under investigation. The CEO has been arrested. The board is facing criminal charges. The government officials who authorized the bombing are being questioned. It's not justice yet, but it's a start. Emily says she wants to testify, to speak publicly, to make sure people understand what happened, to honor the dead. I tell her I'll be right there with her. We'll do it together, like everything else. It's 9:11 p.m. We're being discharged tomorrow. The doctors say we're healthy enough to leave. We'll need follow-up care, therapy, monitoring, but we're not in immediate danger. Emily asks where we'll go. Neither of us has a home anymore. Our apartments were in the city, gone now. Her family lives far away. Mine too. We decide we'll figure it out together, one step at a time, like we've been doing all along. It's midnight. I'm lying in bed. Can't sleep. Too many thoughts. Too many memories. I think about all the people we lost. Carl, Emily's cousin, the woman on the radio, the man in the grocery store, the teacher with the kids, all of them gone. I think about the city, the place I called home for 15 years, reduced to ash and rubble, a ghost town, a monument to failure and greed. I think about the future, what comes next, how we rebuild, how we heal, how we make sure this never happens again. And I think about Emily, about how she saved my life, how we saved each other, about how even in the darkest times humanity endures. It's 2:00 a.m., Friday morning, June 21st, 1 week since this started. Feels like a lifetime. I hear footsteps. Emily enters my room, says she couldn't sleep either, says can she stay here? I move over, make room. She climbs into the bed. We lie side by side, not talking, just being together, and slowly we drift off, together. Safe. Alive. It's 8:00 a.m. We're being discharged. A social worker is helping us, arranging temporary housing, connecting us with resources. She's kind, patient. She's seen tragedy before. She knows how to help. We're given clothes, toiletries, a little money. It's not much, but it's something. It's a start. Outside the hospital, reporters are waiting. Cameras, microphones, questions shouted at us. We're not ready for this, but we stop. We face them. Emily speaks. She tells them what happened, what we saw, what needs to change. She's articulate, passionate, powerful. I stand beside her, supporting her, adding details when needed. Together, we tell our story. The truth, unfiltered. When we're done, the social worker leads us away, to a car, to temporary housing, to the next chapter. It's noon. We're in a small apartment, provided by a charity organization. It's simple, clean, safe. It has everything we need. Emily is unpacking, setting up, making it feel like home. I'm helping. We work in comfortable silence. We've learned to communicate without words. It's 3:00 p.m. I turn on the radio. Force of habit. The portable transmitter is sitting on the table. I haven't touched it since we escaped. I scan the frequencies, listening, and I hear it. That classical music loop, still playing, still broadcasting into the void. I wonder who set it up. Why? Are they alive? Dead? Did they find peace? I turn it off. I don't need it anymore. I have Emily. I have life. I have hope. It's 6:00 p.m. We're cooking dinner, pasta, sauce from a jar, garlic bread, simple, delicious, normal. We eat at a small table, talking about the future, about possibilities. Emily wants to go back to school, get a degree in emergency management, help communities prepare for disasters, prevent what happened to us from happening to others. I want to keep broadcasting, keep telling stories, keep holding people accountable, but differently. With perspective, with purpose. We both want to make a difference, to turn our trauma into something meaningful. It won't bring back the dead, but it might save the living. It's 9:00 p.m. We're watching the news. More developments. Meridian's assets are being seized. The EPA is implementing new regulations. Congress is holding hearings. Change is happening, slowly, but happen. Emily says it's not enough. I agree, but it's something, and sometimes something is better than nothing. It's 11:00 p.m. We're getting ready for bed. Real beds, with clean sheets, with pillows, with safety. Emily hugs me goodnight, thanks me for everything, for keeping her alive, for keeping her sane, for being there. I tell her she did the same for me, that we saved each other, that we're a team. She smiles, goes to her room, I go to mine. And for the first time in a week, I sleep peacefully. No nightmares, no fear, just rest. It's Saturday morning, June 22nd. I wake up naturally, no alarms, no danger, just morning light and bird song outside the window. I make coffee, real coffee, hot, strong, black. The smell fills the apartment. It's heaven. Emily emerges, hair messy, eyes sleepy. She smells the coffee, smiles, says it's the best smell in the world. We drink coffee together, in silence, just enjoying the moment, the peace, the normalcy. It's 10:00 a.m. We're going for a walk, exploring the town. It's small, friendly. People smile at us, say good morning, don't recognize us from the news, or if they do, they're polite enough not to say anything. We find a park, sit on a bench, watch kids playing, dogs running, life happening. Emily says this is what she fought for, this normalcy, this peace, this life. I agree, this is what we survived for, to experience this, to be part of this, to live. It's noon, we're at a diner, eating lunch, burgers, fries, milkshakes. It's greasy and perfect. The waitress is friendly, chatty. She asks where we're from. We tell her. Her smile fades. She says she's sorry, says she can't imagine what we went through, offers dessert on the house. We accept. Apple pie. Warm. With ice cream, it's delicious. It's comfort. It's kindness. It's 3:00 p.m. We're back at the apartment. Emily is on her laptop, researching schools, programs, opportunities. She's planning, building, moving forward. I'm writing, documenting our story, every detail, every moment, for the record, for history, for the future. It's therapeutic, putting it into words, processing the trauma, understanding what we endured, what we survived. It's 6:00 p.m. Dinner. Emily made spaghetti. It's good. We eat, we talk, we laugh. It feels normal, almost like before, but not quite. We're different now, changed, marked by what we experienced, but we're alive, and we're together, and that's enough. It's 9:00 p.m. I'm thinking about the broadcast, about all the people who listened, who heard my voice in their darkest moments, who found comfort, hope, connection. I wonder where they are now, if any of them survived, if they remember, if it mattered. Emily says it mattered, says we gave people something to hold on to, something to believe in. That's not nothing, that's everything. I believe her, I have to. It's midnight, Sunday, June 23rd, 2 weeks since the first sewer workers got sick, 2 weeks since the world changed. I'm lying in bed, thinking, reflecting, remembering, the faces, the voices, the moment. Marcus Webb, Carl Rivera, Emily's cousin, the woman on the radio, the people in the grocery store, the teacher, the children, all of them. I'll never forget them. I'll carry them with me forever. Their stories, their deaths, their lives, and I'll make sure the world doesn't forget either. That's my promise. That's my purpose. It's morning, Sunday. I'm up early, making breakfast, eggs, toast, orange juice. Emily joins me. We eat together, in comfortable silence. After breakfast, we go for another walk. It's becoming a routine, a ritual, a way to ground ourselves, to remind ourselves we're alive, we're free, we're safe. The town is quiet on Sunday morning. Church bells ring in the distance. Families walk to services. Life continues, as it always does. It's afternoon, we're at the apartment reading, resting, existing. It's peaceful, boring even, and it's wonderful. Emily looks up from her book, asks if I'm happy. I think about it, really think about it. I tell her I'm not sure what happy is anymore, but I'm grateful to be alive, grateful for her, Grateful for this moment, and maybe that's enough. Maybe that's a form of happiness. She nods, says she feels the same. It's evening. We're watching a movie. Something light. A comedy. We laugh. It feels good. Natural. Human. Halfway through, Emily falls asleep, her head on my shoulder. I don't move. Don't want to wake her. I just sit, grateful for her presence, her friendship, her strength. The movie ends. I carefully move her to her room, tuck her in, she murmurs something. Thanks. Or good night. I'm not sure. But it's sweet. I go to my room, lie down, close my eyes, and sleep. It's Monday, June 24th, 3 weeks since this started. We're settling into a routine. Mornings, coffee and breakfast. Afternoons, walks and reading. Evenings, cooking and relaxing. It's simple, structured, healing. Emily gets an email from a university. They want her to speak, to share her story, to help educate the next generation of emergency responders. She's nervous, but excited. She accepts. This is her purpose, her calling. I get an email too, from a podcast network. They want me to host a show about disasters, accountability, truth. It's perfect. I accept immediately. We're moving forward, building new lives, finding purpose in the pain. It's afternoon. We're preparing for our talks, our presentations, our new roles. It's work, but it's meaningful work. Work that matters. Emily asks if I think we're doing the right thing, if turning our trauma into a career is healthy or exploitative. I tell her I don't know, but I think if we're helping people, if we're preventing future disasters, then it's worth it. We're not forgetting the dead. We're honoring them by making sure their deaths weren't in vain. She agrees, says that makes sense, says she's glad we're doing this together. It's evening. We're cooking dinner together, working in sync. We've become a team, partners, family. Over dinner, we talk about the future, where we want to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years. We don't have all the answers, but we have hope and direction and each other. That's enough. It's late. I'm writing again, finishing our story, documenting everything, from the first broadcast to our escape to our new beginning. It's cathartic, healing, necessary. This is our testimony, our legacy, our truth. And when I'm done, when I've written the last word, I'll close the file, save it, and let it exist as a record, as a warning, as a reminder. Never again. That's the message. Never again. It's Tuesday morning, June 25th, almost 4 weeks, a month since the world changed. We're survivors. Emily and I, we endured the unimaginable, lost everything, and rebuilt from nothing. We're not the same people we were before. We're harder, sadder, more aware of how fragile life is, but we're also stronger, more purposeful, more grateful. We survived, and now we live, truly live, with intention, with meaning, with hope. This is our story, the story of No 104.7 FM, the story of the apocalypse, the story of survival, and it's not over. It's just beginning, because as long as we're breathing, as long as we're fighting, as long as we're telling the truth, we're winning. We're surviving, we're living, we're human, and that's everything.